He is drenched in sweat.
The holy sweat glows. Good to see you, Chad. Good to see you. Yo. I hear you yapping in there. I hear you. I hear you guys. Good to see you. Good to see you. Let me get some water flowing. Alright, got a little bit of water. You didn't hear us when you were supposed to be here?
One thing I know about.
I know, I'm always running late. I was up earlier, it's just, Mind's Eye was helping me fix some stuff in the bot. Mind's Eye was like, you know, doing some Gigabrain stuff as he always does. And then after that, I got distracted dealing with some IRL stuff, and then I was like, oh shit, I'm running late to stream, so here I am. But I hope you guys are doing well. I hope life is treating you well. Show the bot update. First off, whenever I start up the bot, I don't know if I can show that part on stream, but it says in massive like ASCII art, it just says balding. Like, I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? He's like, oh yeah. He's like, I threw that in there because apparently he had wrote balding before, but it was the text was too small and I didn't take notice to it. So yeah. There shouldn't be anything worrisome in the log. Let me see. Today's cosmetic is from Realm of the Mad God, actually. The Realm of the Mad God. Yeah, here's what... Alright, Mind's Eye, so we should be good. Yeah, basically, whenever the bot starts up, it says like, you know, initializing, blah, 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 and then it's just balding in ASCII art. And then that's how I know it's working. I'm like, oh, it's balding. It's working. It's functioning as it's supposed to. So this is very Mind's Eye coded right here. It kind of gave me vibes of, there's a really old like funny video on the internet that I don't know if you watch it now, maybe it's aged, but the guy he's getting like tech support help, and whenever they remote into his computer, it's like his whole desktop's icons are like drawn out in like a penis, and the tech help is like, what the hell, what is this, like what he goes, oh well, somebody as a joke, you know, as a prank, sorted my icons like this, and I just got used to it like this, and so I just keep using it. And yeah, that video is ancient. I know, it's old as shit, but that's what this balding, like, it's in the future, 5 years from now, I'll load this up, it says balding, somebody will be like, why does it say balding? I'm like, it's how I know it's functioning. It's supposed to be balding, otherwise if I get an error, it means something's wrong. If it doesn't say balding, I'm screwed.
What's your asset tag, Chip?
The asset tag is 287 JPC and the number 2.
Is that P as in Paul?
That's P as in Paul.
Okay. Where'd you get this? Is this your desktop? Is the mouse moving?
Oh, my mouse just moved.
Okay. Yeah.
Do that again. Oh my god, you're moving my mouse.
It's remote desktop. What is your password?
It's just the letter A.
Just the letter A. All right.
Like Apple. Are you looking at my desktop right now?
Dude, how many programs do you have running? You're totally overloading your box. That's probably part of the reason.
Well, I use all these programs. You know, I got a lot of work to do during the day. Whoa, hey, no. You can
want to save it?
No, I need to save this.
Chip.
This is all my work.
Look, you don't need this stuff.
I've got some research that I'm doing, okay?
You don't, I mean, all these things
take
take
close all my windows, okay?
Closing that.
Left dude, you gotta slow down with it.
Don't use AOL. It's dial-up networking.
Well, how am I gonna get through the internet without AOL?
It's broadband.
But I got like 4,000 hours for free.
We have a corporate OC3. It costs like $1,000 a month, so don't use AOL. Whoa.
Can you carry over my hours?
What is this? Fuck you.
My desktop.
What? They're icons. They spell fuck you, and there's a picture of a penis.
Patricia did that when I took over a computer. She wasn't very happy.
Holy crap. How long's it been like that?
8 or 9 years.
Oh my god.
You know, I just got so used to it, I didn't want to change it.
That's fucking awesome. Hold on. Alright, I'm taking a picture of this. Hold on just a sec.
Okay, so, seriously though, I've got like a meeting in 5 minutes, so whatever we gotta do to get my PC back.
No problem. This is going right onto Boing Boing.
What's Boing Boing?
Here's the thing. This is a problem. You can't have people looking at this, okay? Arrange your icons by name.
Whoa, no, I can't find anything!
What do you mean? It's alphabetical.
Oh man, I had everything exactly where I knew where it was. I knew that our website was at the very tip of the penis. And now I don't know where anything is. How am I? No, it's not that one. It's not that one anymore.
Well,
My Salesforce.com was on the right testicle. I'm not gonna be able to find anything. I got a meeting in 2 minutes, and I need the icons back the way they were.
well, I can't go back. There's no way to go back. You can't arrange in my penis.
Oh my god! I tell you, every time I've called you tech support people, every fucking time, you guys do something entirely different. You know, you don't fix the problem that I call about. You know, all I wanted was to get the website back. That's all I needed. Can you restore it? You said you took a picture of it. Restore it.
Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, I could just make that the background for your desktop.
I don't care what you have to do. Whatever you got to do to get this thing back.
Honestly, that probably won't solve the problem completely, but...
Well, if the icon's in the same spot, I'll be able to get to them. Alright, so this is worse. Oh, wait.
I mean, that's just a picture on the
great.
desktop.
This is perfect. Hey, I gotta get into my meeting, so... You know, yeah, this is great.
You good with it? Because...
No, this is fine. I can find everything. This is fine.
Okay.
Alright, so I gotta go to the meeting. You know, thanks a lot, web dude. I'm out of here.
Okay.
All right,
Bye. Jesus, what a fucking day.
You did none of this? This stuff, I am very I'm very uncomfortable and not knowledgeable in the Raspberry Pi stuff. The original Raspberry Pi stuff, a lot of it was done, Solar poked a lot of the code and stuff and made it happen where it connected to Twitch. That's where we're using the pub sub, and then since pub sub got deprecated, that's where Mind's Eye came in and connected us to, I guess, another form of event sub, the one that I guess is still supported by Twitch. Hey Dunk, have you seen the Reddit post about the unknown square invisible entity in Noita? Would love to hear your take on that. Do you have a link to it? I don't remember hearing anything about an invisible square. Feel free to link me. Synthetron says, wasn't it a mod? It could be a mod. I don't know why there's so many people in the, let me close this. I don't know why there's so many posts on the, Noita Reddit. I've seen it several times where people are like asking a question like, what is this? I found this hidden thing. And you can tell that they're clearly using a mod. So it's like, I mean, it's some modded shit, right? Like, I don't know. People love to do that in the Noita Reddit. They're like, I just found this discovery. Anybody seen that? And then when you're looking at their discovery, you can tell there's also like enemies and stuff that are not the original enemies. So you're like, well, that's clearly a mod. Here's the link. Okay, let's see. What do we got here? Only use the quality of life mod. That one makes sense, actually, to use. Yeah, they're this is let's see. The first tick of damage was like 7,000 plus. Latali's quality of life mod is the only mod that they are using. Huh. You can clearly get a good look at the shape there. This is the first time I'm seeing that. Probably a bugged boss. It's possible, but I wish I could... Is there a way to pause like a certain frame? Right there, you get a good look at it. This would definitely be a case for somebody like Latali. He may have an idea. Yeah, I haven't seen anything like that before. That's very interesting. I hope it's not another case of somebody being like, oh yeah, and I also had on the new enemies mod, and it's just like, oh, okay. But it looks really interesting. They have a fungal shift here that changed stuff to gold. So they have a ton of extra gold in their world. I don't think that would have factored in. Maybe it's a solution to the eye puzzle. Your guess is as good as mine. I'm trying to think what enemy. I mean, because it's pretty large. Like the size of that enemy is pretty big. The only thing that's comparable is that door boss. It has a very similar shape to one of the pieces. Dunk, it's obviously the smoke monster from Lost. I have a feeling the result is going to be just as disappointing as well. Or not the result, but the conclusion of what it is. Huh. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to ask around, see if anybody has any guesses. Latali would definitely be probably one of the best people to do like a Noita forensics to find out what exactly happened there. It could be just something glitchy related, but even as a glitch, I haven't seen something glitch in that way. But it also is pretty cool how when it moves through this area, you get a really clear look at the shape of it. Huh. This looks like one of those homemade paranormal videos. Yeah, it does. You're like, what the hell? I don't see. Like, it's the Loch Ness Monster, I swear. I saw it with my own eyes. Yeah, there you go. Kopi's on the case. Kopi says, I'll be asking this user if they have their save file because I could probably investigate it in-game. So there you go. I mean, it would be pretty amazing if they happened to like save at this point in time just to wait around. Because yeah, Kopi would definitely be a person that's very useful. He's really familiar with, he has a lot of popular mods and stuff too. So he'd be able to like know how to dig around the files and figure out what the hell's going on there. But yeah, you can actually see in one of the ticks, it does hit, he is right. You can see a 7,000 damage tick right around there. A 7K pops up on him. And that's like, damn, that's, the fuck would be hitting for 7,000? I don't know. Oh, we do see some sort of projectile after it. It looks like an invisible Tiny. The square would fit Tiny's mouth hitbox. Let's see. An invisible projectile. That's totally Tony. You can see it in the smoke. Not Tony, Tiny. That's totally Tony. What's the gif of? It's some invisible enemy that people are trying to figure out what the hell, what was it? Like what caused him, and he even showed where he ran into it. He was in this square here, which lines up with this one.
Right now. He is
which, actually, hold on. When you zoom back, let me pull up the map real quick. So he would be here, somewhere in this region. I'm trying to see if there's any indication of something else that may. Interesting. I find it weird that it can deal damage but not dig if it's tiny. Maybe more jank. I mean, they do have some crazy fungal shifts going on. I don't know if that's a factor in terms of stability of the engine, because it looks like they have some recursion potentially going on that's raining down the gold. Weeb, shut your mouth. We're doing some fucking Noita forensics over here. Shut your yappers. Yeah, but it's pretty interesting. I don't know. Even if it's just some little glitchy thing, pretty cool looking glitch. We'll have to wait and see. I don't think you can shift live bosses' bodies. We'll find out. Where did Tiny used to spawn? Tiny used to, so there's the skull now. It used to be right about like here, which is still a ways off from here. What are we looking at? There's an invisible enemy in this dude's game, and he's trying to figure out what the hell happened, and we are like confused as hell. You can only get kind of a look at the outline of it right about now. It's a kind of a square or diamond. Looks like it's susceptible to like physics stuff, because all of a sudden it just gets yeeted around the room. It's a shame we don't have the original GIF name, because that has the seed, etc. info. It's not just some weird ass wisp. It could be, Fleet. It could be. Your guess is as good as mine, because this is, I don't know what the hell it could be. Can't wait for this to be the key to the eye puzzle. Some cope right there. You never know. It looks like Tiny's movements in the hitbox for his head plus 7k damage would make sense for his chomp. Yeah, I wish we knew more info, like, is he melee immune, you know? If he's melee immune, then it wouldn't make sense. If he's not, then it's like, ah. Don't look at this. Ignore that. Last time you washed the hoodie was washed about... Maybe has a little bit of stank. It was washed right after my last event. That's been like 2 weeks. It's not too bad. Does the hoodie only get cleaned after events? No, anytime I feel like it's due for a clean. Would you consider selling orange hoodies? I mean, I feel like if I was going to do merch, I have like a fun idea of how I would go about something like merch. I feel like, I don't know, too often merch gets a little bit meh. I have an idea, but it's always one of those things that I put off to do things different. Maybe one day, perhaps. What's dark matter, Lincoln? Dark matter, do you just randomly link old stuff? This just says it was from last year. It is my sister-in-law, you know, my brother's wife. Was the context is completely missing in this clip. What the fuck? What is this guy on about? It's random as hell. Got a bunch of orange pocket tees and have sweat links coming out of the pockets. Sweat pouring everywhere. What's up, Terrible Art? Maybe some bald caps on the merch store? No, never. Never, damn it. Would we need an extra to tip extra to buy an unwashed orange hoodie? Yo, you want to hear a crazy story? So I've told this story before, but it's probably been a couple years.
I really wish you guys could see this guy.
Basically, so
drenched.
you guys know that this orange hoodie coincidentally comes from like a group that I'm a part of, or been a part of for a long time. It's called the Speed Gamers. It's a charity gaming group, super old school. Started like back in the Justin TV days. It's like, you know, pretty much non-existent these days. A whole 10 people still watch it. Anyways, in the earlier days, it was like, you know, because live streaming was kind of like a magical thing, because like nobody, like, what, you could stream from your computer? There was like, if you would go to Justin TV, there would be a total of like 7 streams online. Anyways, you could just do any random shit and people would be like chilling and like watching. So there was a charity event for Mario, and I can't remember why. I want to say, so one of my friends, I don't think you guys have ever seen him before. His name's Oscar, and he's a hefty fella. He's a little thick, and he shows up to the event. He apparently got a children's like a children's Mario like Peach shirt. It was kind of like a hot pink Mario shirt, and it was super tiny. So he walks into the room like fucking skin tight shirt, and the chat I remember was like laughing so hard, and he's like barely, like if he moves too much he's about to rip out of this thing, right? So then there were people in the chat, they were like, how much for you to do jumping jacks and that? And he was like, I don't know if I can, it's probably gonna tear. And then somebody like slaps down like $100. They like give $100 to charity, and they're like, here's $100. I want 10 jumping jacks, boy. And so then he does his jumping jacks, and this shirt is like holding on by a fucking thread. And so then after 10 jumping jacks, he already had pit stains in this thing. So then I'm like, oh dude, what the fuck? And he sits down, and then somebody in the chat goes, how much for you to put it on, Chase? I was like, oh, what? I was like, this is nasty as hell. They're like, come on, you got a number. And so then somebody, I can't remember how much it was. It was like, I don't know. I told them, I said, if somebody donates $50 to charity, I'll put $5. I'll do 5 jumping jacks in that thing. So then somebody instantly does it. So I had to put on this shirt, right? And it's like this skin, like it's disgusting. It was like you put it on this like tiny, sweaty shirt. It was weird as fuck. So anyways, I put this on. I do these jumping jacks, right? Well, this shirt ends up getting passed around between like people in the room. Having to do jumping jacks in it, that by the end you have this like biohazard children's shirt that's like super sweaty. And then somebody proceeds to donate like $1,000 or some shit to buy that shirt. They're like, I want that shirt. Here's like $1,000. And we were like, what the fuck? And so, you know, the whole time we're just like, who the hell bought this shit? And so there was Cuba? Probably. So the event comes to an end, and then usually what happens is you have to contact the people who like won prizes or purchased like a thing and all that stuff. And so they try to get in contact with the person who spent like $1,000 on this like peach shirt. Never fucking responded. That peach shirt, I think to this day, I don't know, Britt at some point probably burned it, but it was like in his closet, this peach shirt that was a biohazard. Person just threw down $1,000, I guess, for the memes, just for like people to chat to be like, what the fuck? And post nut clarity. Oh god, I hope not. I hope not.
Let me check, don't jump in. They can see all of you, but you're not really centered. Actually, I can play this. Alright, you're good to go. Do 5. Yeah, I made it easy on you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you have to sit in that shirt and wait for someone to donate. If someone does not donate, it is now 1:35 p.m. 1:35 p.m. If someone doesn't donate by 1:50, am I doing that right? Yeah, 1:50 p.m. That's 15 minutes from now. The game ends. Look at this is Oscar's sweaty shirt. Did it get in your mouth? Does it taste like Oscar?
Don't
I tried
smell
to put
it.
it on as fast as possible. It didn't really work out though. It was kind of slow. We're not sure. Christopher didn't say, so it would be 25, but he had said jumping jacks. There you go. Are you ready for your one jumping jack? Did you stretch? That was the worst stretch ever. Somebody needs to teach Richard how to stretch. Yeah, it's like a wake up stretch. It's like, all right, one jumping jack we've come to collect. You got to sit in that shirt though this time. Do not rip off the shirt as much as the chat wants it. Now go. 1. All right, sit on the bed and think about what you did. $10, yes. So that means. All right, luckily you're ready. You only have to do 5, so you're lucky. But the way the game works is you normally can't take it off until the next person donates, but they already did it for anyway. So you got lucky. You tried to cheat the game and you got lucky. Anyways, here we go. Hold on. All right, guys, this is local, aka our web guy. This game's gonna suck after a while. It's gonna suck hardcore. All right, 5 jump jacks, whatever you want. But you may want to stretch. Make sure you can't reach that kid. All right, good. Yeah, they're good. They're good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, here we go. Oh, I get to be next. Yes, 15 jumping jacks.
You can do it, Chase.
Really gross. What, John?
You can do it.
Oh yeah, I got a John rooting for me. That's all that matters.
There's Chase. It actually fits him. I think it's actually loose on him. The armpits are soaking wet. My armpits on this shirt are soaking wet. Well, I did do 25. Yeah, we're good. There goes Chase. Chase. We love you, Chase. Let's see.
But yeah, it was a weird moment. It was a weird time. It burned itself. Yeah, it was a little disturbing. But yeah, that was some random. There's some random TSG lore for you right there. That shirt was nasty though. The only time in my life I've had to slip on a completely drenched in sweat shirt from somebody else. Like, it's like, oh, thinking back to it, I'm like, Jesus Christ. I like had to hop into a shower right after that shit and just like basically turn the water on the hottest form and just like burn myself. It's like, I have to burn this off of me. Would you sell the bald cap for 1K though? A bald cap, I would not want to give that curse to anybody. I did it for $5, tramp. Dude, this shirt got passed around. Listen, that shirt ended up raising a couple $1,000s for charity, so it was for the children, damn it. And let's play some Noita. I'm done yapping. Well, I'll be yapping, but with Noita open at the same time. I know, I'm a very talented streamer. Playing Noita and yapping. How do I do it?
Oh, I really wish
How
you
do
guys
I
could
do
see
it?
This guy right now.
Correction.
Yeah,
He
okay.
yaps very well. As for playing, it's not so rosy.
What? It's not so rosy.
Oh, I really wish you guys could see this guy right now. He is drenched in sweat.
Until I... What? So we're gonna try to kill no bosses until I... Well, that was nice! That's how our 37 win streak ended, by the way, right after the event. Whew. What an ending to the win streak. Thank God it wasn't during the event. Thank fucking God. Da-da-da-dum. If you type !stats, you can actually see this this list, this Excel sheet that lists every single run that we did during the event. The event, we did a total of 53 runs. Wait. Oh, actually, you guys even kept the streak going. Like this was that last death. I guess so. Did I miss an event? You did. You did. We went for a new personal best win streak about 2 weeks ago. Took me around 20. You can see right here, 27 hours, 52 minutes. So roughly 28 hours of grinding to get 37 wins in a row. My personal best was 36, so I wanted to beat it by at least one, and I had to do it in a single stream. My personal best before being 36 was over several days or weeks, but I wanted to do it in one stream, and we got it done. This actually has tons of information, though. It has like perk data and stuff. That was the things that I was kind of really wanting to check out. Wait, what is there one that stands out a lot? Extra health is 12. This one's 8. Oh, wow. The perk that I grabbed... Hold on. Oh, I see. But yeah, the perk that I grabbed the most is extra health. Permanent shield was pretty damn close. Repulsion's close. Saving grace close. But on the winning streak, the one that I got the most was extra health. Just scroll, don't change tabs. Does this one have everything? What are you talking about? Oh, scroll to the right. Does this have all that? Let me zoom back a little bit. Maybe that'll help me see these charts better. Estimated hours remaining on the current streak from a T5 run average. Oh, that was...
Oh, I really wish you guys could see this guy right now. He is drenched in sweat.
Oh, wait. Explosion immunity was actually the thing we had the most of. Explosion immunity. No. It's I was off by one. It is extra health. Explosion immunity is up there, though. What else we got? Spells pickup. The spell that I picked up the most, small teleport bolt. No Spark Bolt. I keep being off by 1. Spark Bolt, that makes sense as a starter spell. Double Scatter spell. No, what's this one next to it? Double spell. Yeah, just really common spells ended up being our most, but no surprise on the Telebolt being like one of the most grabbed. No surprise there. Don't listen to this Dunk's bald spot crap. Top 10% spell usage. Yeah, Teleport Bolt and Small Telebolt, both at 6.4%. Kind of curious where they were at. What about is Black Hole on there? 8.7%. Oh. Interesting. Interesting. Surprised Triplicate isn't higher. Yeah, Triplicate did do some badass work for us. I think the only reason that it's not higher is just because of the odds of seeing it, right? We just didn't quite see it as much as we would like to. Dude, these stats were crazy though. I hope this document sticks around because it'd definitely be something I'll randomly look back on. And they actually have the VOD link for every single run, and these links here will work for at least like 2 months. They have a spot, look at that. Total wins 48, total losses resets 5, 90.5% win rate, and that's, well, kind of, it's 92%, but that one run after the event, they counted it on there, I believe, but total yap time 4 hours and 10 minutes. Shout out to all the sweaty helpers, Fleet, Sigmantium, Chief Wiggins, Shortman 422, and Duke Marriott. These are the people that made this stats list. The plan for today. What is the plan for today, chat? We could do... I don't want anything win streak related. You missed Earth Day. Do something for that. Should blow up the Noita world in honor of Earth Day.
Inverse TI sandwich. Do a 6-hour daily run, then a TI, then another 6-hour daily run.
Well, what? Hold up now. Opinion on Flask Thrower run. No wand kills, minimum 2 flask kills before you take the portal. Every holy mountain you enter requires 2 extra flasks. Flask kills. New content. To portal further down. A Flask Thrower run? In the early game, that wouldn't be so bad, but the late game, that would be kind of fucked up, actually. Do a run where you show the evil eye secrets. Honestly, I can't even remember where they're all at. You're talking about like the fungal zone and the over near like the pyramid, below the pyramid and everything. Oh, and on top of the pyramid, I guess would count as a eye secret, I guess. I'm thinking we do something with the daily run. I'm trying to think of runs that we've done recently that so that we don't do another, repeat run. We recently killed all bosses, so we don't want to do any all bosses stuff. Do something new game related. I went to new game again today, and I always forget how messed up the world is. New game plus is what you mean, Fleet? Yeah, we could do something new game plus. Let me think. Wait, what is this? I have a feeling you literally told it what to say right before this. I'm about to ask you what the TI range should be and say 12 to 24. And the bot was like, sure. And then you said, what should the TI range be? And it said 12 to 24. I can see right through it. I did not. I let it pick. Maybe this stands for minutes. Then we don't know. It's not specific. I had to define what it meant, though, so I told it seconds. Earth Day special. If possible, create a touch of grass wisp. Or something with touch of grass damage wand. Let me think. Touch of grass wisp. How do I make sure it doesn't kill me? I would have to stainless armor stack. You simply don't touch grass. Just be above ground. Actually, I wonder if that matters if you cast it below ground and the wisp follows you to above ground. I wonder if you could cast the wisp above ground, carry it below ground, and it'll be safe. Probably not. In other news, there's apparently an anime now about a girl who can rewind time if she takes off her underwear. Do you see what we're Do you see what waiting for stream makes me know about? What the fuck? You know that you saying this, there's at least like 2 or 3 chatters that were like, I mean, I gotta research this. I know you guys, I know you degenerates too well. Like, well, I mean, what's the name? I gotta see what websites are streaming it. Yeah, see, look at them. They're no shame. They're asking in the chat right now. No shame. You disgust me. Sorry, give me one moment. I'm just trying to think how we could do a touch of grass wisp. All right, I think we'll just do a touch of grass wisp. I was kind of thinking of maybe doing a new game plus related one, but I mean, I guess we still could. Dunk wait. Wait, what am I supposed to be waiting on? Touch of spells have fixed lifetime. No, it doesn't have to be the touch of spell doesn't have, I mean, I guess I'll explain. I was thinking of putting the touch of spell inside like a spark trigger wisp and it delivers the touch of spell would be my idea. So I guess the touch of spell isn't directly. You could do a pollen loop, that is true. I can't remember. There's a touch of grass and a touch of holy grass, or are they the same? They're the same. The touch of grass has that like a couple little pixels of like the holy grass that then I think kind of like converts over to like regular grass or something. But basically, that's the touch of grass is you get those pixels of holy ground or whatever, and you want to put urine on it, and that's where you get the healing gas. Doesn't that need some kind of piercing? How do you stop it from killing you? That's what I was sitting there thinking about. That's why I was taking a moment. I'm like, all right, if we did a touch of grass, some kind of wisp that has a touch of grass in it, it's gonna. The moment it hits me, it's gonna insta me. We would have to have stainless armor stacking just to survive that. Sorry, I'm trying to decide if the touch of grass is gonna be that entertaining. All right, so just so I can clarify ahead of time, whenever we talk about a touch of grass wisp, like Test60 was saying, or Nausukin, somebody had said, I can't remember who it was, touch of grass itself I don't think can be made into a regular wisp, like the spell. What you do is you make like a spark bolt trigger into a wisp. A wisp means like it has like an infinite lifetime and it will just travel around forever. And then you put a touch of grass inside of it so that whenever the spark bolt hits an enemy, it delivers the touch of grass. And the spark bolt should hopefully stay alive and keep traveling around everywhere. That sounds pretty cool. All right, let's try this out. So what's the challenge? Okay, so the challenge will be Noita creating. I'll put Noita touch of grass wisp run. That's just all we're gonna call it. I'm actually going to call it daily run too. We're going to do it on today's daily in case anybody else wants to try it while we're doing this run. Somebody else wants to play along. Bets are open. So keep in mind, the touch of spell itself directly is not going to be the wisp. It is going to be some other spell will be the wisp, and it will be delivering the touch of grass as the payload. This is not really anything too complex. We'll talk through it whenever we get to the part where we're building it, and we'll talk about why we're going to be making the other spell the wisp and not the touch of grass itself. But the important part is not actually the creation of the wisp. The important part is surviving it, because what makes something really qualify as a wisp, for how the community defines it, is that the wisp should be following us around like a pet. It's like the spell becomes like a little helper for the player, but because it's a little helper, when it's following you around, every time it touches the player, it actually will deliver its own payload. It will shoot off the payload. Normally it's not too scary because you just put like lots of damage inside of it, but nothing that's damaging to the player. So you're like, who cares if it hits me and it tries to deliver damage? It will do nothing to me. But a touch of spell is different. If it hits the player and it delivers a touch of spell, that will literally kill us. So we have to prepare our character with some stainless armor stacking, maybe some saving grace. We have to get some stuff in place so that we can survive it. That's the play. Does that make me a wisp? Every time I touch my player, I shoot off my payload to... Mine's high. What is wrong with you? This man's drunk right now. He's talking crazy. What if you used phasing? I don't think phasing affects my own wisp, but though I don't remember that 100%. Unless you mean the phasing spell to make it kind of hop around, in which case I think we'll still get hit by it. All right, start a new run and daily run. Exclamation mark, yes, if you think I'm going to win today's challenge. Exclamation mark, no, if you think I'm going to lose. We'll qualify this as a win whenever I'm able to travel around and the wisp is traveling around just killing all the enemies. We'll say, you know what? The touch of grass wisp is working. It's online. If you're curious what inspired this one, I was wanting to do some New Game Plus stuff, which we probably will do that tomorrow or sometime this week, is because it was Earth Day just the other day, and we didn't do anything Earth Day related. So what we're going to do is the touch of grass spreads grass everywhere, and it will be kind of like our, I guess, our Earth Day thing. And I have an idea of maybe combining the touch of grass with a touch of urine at the same time. Could be kind of hilarious because it may just fly around pissing and turning everything to grass and creating some like helium or healthium or whatever. Or no, yeah, helium gas. We'll see. We'll see what we can create. What even is your plan then? Is the wisp fires an instant death? Because while it is instant death, there is an advantage to this being like so insanely deadly. So one of the things that really is tricky about saving grace is like a true false statement. Like if something tries to kill you and your HP is higher than 1, then instead it sets you at 1. So it saves you, and then it gives you a couple iframes. So something that's hitting you for an insane amount of damage, you're never going to have that situation where, like, if you have 1,000 health and something coincidentally hits you for 999, setting you at 1, and then it hits you again, you just die, you're like, wait, saving grace didn't give me any iframes. It's like, well, because it lined up perfectly that the saving grace statement was never true. But with touch of grass, you will always be hit so hard. It will always be hitting you for a larger amount. It will never set you, it will never line up perfectly like that. So saving grace will always fire off, meaning if you had something like something that's firing off like a circle of vigor at the same time, so that every time it hits you, it shoots off a heal, then it means it hits an enemy. Enemies will die. They won't get the advantage of saving grace or anything to save them, but the player will. So hitting enemies, they die. Hitting player, it kills you. Saving grace procs. Then the circle of vigor would kick in, saving you. Something like that. We have a couple options. A single bifurcated in a chest? How disappointing is that? I'll take 1 bifurcated, please. Touch of grass does do damage though, right? It isn't like Deathium. Touch of grass does a... Well, Deathium does damage too. It's like a Midas, like getting touch of Midas or whatever. It's the same general idea, I think, with like the center of the suns. They're hitting you for a kind of damage that actually scales. So the more HP you have, the more damage the touch of spell does. So the way you survive them isn't by tanking up your HP. It's actually by scaling up your like your stainless armors. Stainless armors give you a percent damage resistance. Enough stainless armors. I don't think it's that crazy. I want to say it's like 7. Maybe 6? I don't remember. I don't know exactly, but you don't need like a billion of them to survive a single touch of spell. The problem is when it hits you many times, that usually is where you get got. Does glass cannon make you immune to touch of spells? No, it's kind of like I think they refer to it specifically as Midas damage. I think sometimes I end up calling it curse damage. But yeah, the kind of damage that the glass cannon makes you immune to is like the cursed orbs. That health. I don't know if there's other maybe. Let me think what else would protect you from. Not really a ton that I can think of off the top of my head, but the Midas damage is like a different category. That'd be kind of legit though if glass cannon did protect you from it. I'm trying to check these before this whole thing's gonna fall apart over here, you can tell. The only reason glass cannon makes you immune to cursed orbs is because the heart pickup, which curses you, has no effect when glass cannon prevents all hearts from increasing health. It has no actual curse immunity. You took vampirism and then a cursed orb. It still beats your arse. Wait, if you took vampirism and then a cursed orb, it still beats your ass. I'm a little confused on that last part. Why vampirism is the comparison that you're giving there? But that makes sense, yeah. So the heart basically isn't able to do its thing because glass cannon. Wait, does that mean if you were to use a heart mage and grab a cursed orb, you could get hit by it? You can take hearts if your health is lower than 50. Oh, okay. So he says if you grab glass cannon and then you grab vampirism and then you grab. Oh, okay. So I actually didn't know that. Okay, so that is true then. So the heart mage could actually screw you. I didn't realize that part. That's pretty funny. That'll be one of those things that I probably don't retain until like some freak accident I get myself killed because of that method, and then I remember it forever. I'm gonna take the regular poly, I guess. It would be very funny. I mean, it's not that unrealistic to happen because whenever the world's getting kind of stirred up and you go into the new game pluses, it's not too far-fetched to think of like a heart mage being near some like orb spot and him hitting you right as you're like grabbing the orb and just get straight pummeled by that curse. Why regular and not chaotic? It depends on my mood. Chaotic is it's pretty much always the safer one because chaotic creatures have way more health than the sheep. But the inconsistency, the RNG of chaotic poly means that you sometimes turn into like a worm, and the worm can allow you to like dig through the wall and piss off the gods, or even then you can actually turn into a creature that doesn't dig through the wall but allows you to phase through the wall. So if you don't control your character well, you can actually get your character stuck and soft locked in the middle of the wall, which I mean likely you would just chaotic poly again is probably the counter to it, but you never know. Poly on the other hand is very consistent. I'm going to turn into a sheep. I know exactly what's happening as long as I'm in control of the situation. While yes, I am crazy vulnerable, the not RNG factor is kind of nice. Like the not randomness, knowing what's coming is nice. Yeah, chaotic poly is too much of a risk for me. Yeah, I mean, again, if like a newer player, I would say use chaotic poly because yes, there's a low % chance you could get fucked, but regular poly, you need to be in really good control of your character in case there is an enemy nearby. So for example, let's say that this is the holy mountain and I'm levitating high up in the air and I need to go through the mountain collapse. So I need to sheep myself as I go through the collapse part. Well, if I have chaotic poly and I go to drink this and I turn into a fish instead of a creature that allows me to levitate, the fish will just fall, and depending on the height that I fell when I hit the ground, I'll just die. Because the fish does take fall damage. So if you're levitating midair, you take fall damage because you drop, the fish will die. I have seen it happen. I know it's kind of like, it sounds like a crazy person when you're like preparing for such an obscure scenario, but when you play a ton of Noita, those obscure scenarios, you're giving it a chance over and over and over and over until eventually it will happen. Yep, fish will die. You've had it happen? I haven't died to the fall damage of a fish. I don't think. Let me think. Hold on. I remember I turned into a fish and fell into concentrated mana, which concentrated mana then kills the fish. That was pretty bullshit. The clams control the water supply. Yeah, it does sound like crazy person talk, I know. But it's for real. Once I turned into a worm using chaotic poly and I soft locked myself. Yep, see, there you go. A knows what I'm talking about. The worm you can control. The controls for it are just really odd. So it's one of those things that's like, you just have to get used to it, but it's not really something you want to practice. Like, oh, just sit in the place in chaotic poly over and over until you turn into a worm, then learn how the controls work. If chat turned into a worm, would you still love us? I mean, I assumed you guys already were a worm. What do you mean, turned into a worm? You mean like become a worm squared? Double wormed? That actually was a missile wand, so today's oh shit, daily run has the potential to be an insta-kill run, just so you guys know. Basically, the way that the enemies move can vary from, you know, while yes, they are the same enemies because we're playing on the same daily, the enemies don't always move in the exact same way. It just takes an enemy moving in a little bit of a different way than what I just experienced, and they'll grab that missile wand and boom, missile to the face. Trust me, it happened to a friend of mine. Dunk, if your wife was no longer a spider, would you still love her? What the hell? Ionic, I expect better of you. How can I trust you to be one of my Dota partners if you're saying this degenerate stuff? I'm gonna walk all the way over here. If you're curious, you don't have to go through all this crap. I'm just kind of doing some obsessive min-maxing essentially at this point. What I'm trying to do is I want to put up the poly, but you gotta remember that today's it's gonna be a longer run. It's definitely not gonna be the fastest run. So because of that, we have like these broken liquids all over the place. It's already pretty scary. So what I do to get rid of poly, this doesn't work for chaotic poly, but regular poly, to get rid of it, you can just empty it in the lava and it will turn into a gas, which I know to you may seem like it's like a really bad thing, but the gas dissipates pretty quick. So there shouldn't be any just lingering gas up there. It should just kind of vanish. This is how we get rid of our poly in a safe way so that I don't have to worry about running into it later. We'll give it a moment to dissipate. Hi Dunk, Cool Ranch or Cheese Doritos? I'm more of a Cheese Doritos. I go through phases where I'm like down with the Cool Ranch, but I think the cheesy ones are where it's at. The only bad part is like the cheesy fingers are pretty extreme. Cool Ranch doesn't like give you as much of the residue. You're a Cool Ranch kind of guy? I can respect it. You know what the actual answer is? Neither. Pringles is superior. Sour cream and onion for life. That's the real answer. True chip enjoyers know. The Doritos stereotype, you know, Mountain Dew and Dorito stereotype, it's a lie. It's a lie. Pringles are mid? You shut your mouth right now, sir. You guys can have your stereotypical Mountain Dew and Doritos. Me? I'm having sour cream and onion Pringles and cream soda. That's the true gamer right there. You guys in your inferior tastes.
Good morning, everyone.
Ew, what? Cream soda is awesome. Cream soda is awesome. Pringles are what life is about. It's true. Like, their slogan is the real deal. Once you pop, you can't stop. I can't. If I eat if I get a thing of Pringles and I open it up, I eat one, and you look at the servings on it, it says like eat, I don't know, like 8 Pringles or some shit as a serving, and there's like 10 servings in there. I just eat the whole can at once. I'm like, you know what? That was one serving to me, damn it. It's same. I don't understand how the hell they expect you to eat like 6 or 7 of those things and be like, well, time to put it up. It's like, what? No, screw that. I'm eating all these. Alright, looks like we cleared the first area, 200 HP. Pretty great start to today's daily, not bad. That's how I am with sunflower seeds. Ooh, I like sunflower seeds. I like them specifically in the summertime, chilling outside, you know? I picture like sitting in like a lawn chair or some shit.
Please don't talk about personal preferences with Dunk. It was determined long time ago his opinions are shit.
What? Yeah, what the hell, Rimril? These Pringle haters, dude. Them and their inferior taste buds. Alright, closing all bets, closing all bets. I've told this story before because, I mean, the Doritos and Mountain Dew is like the classic gamer stereotype since forever. But I can remember when Halo Reach was coming out, there were stores doing like the midnight release stuff. And so, of course, I was going to get Halo Reach on midnight release. And whenever we went to Walmart, we had a bad experience actually with GameStop. That's a whole other story. But when we went to Walmart, we went up to the like the gaming area, went to the like cash register, said, "Where's your line for the midnight release for Halo Reach?" And they were like, "You're it." And we were like, "Sweet," because it only came out. It was supposed to come out in like an hour. And so then I remember we just like kind of sit down, and like one of the workers comes over with like a stand, and they put up the stand. They open a bag of Doritos, and they open like a couple. They have a 2-liter of Mountain Dew, and they were just like, I guess they told them like, hey, supply these nerds with Doritos and Mountain Dew until the thing releases. But like nobody was showing up. Very few people showed up. So we pretty much had a personal Mountain Dew and Dorito person while we were like, it was kind of awkward. She was like a worker just sitting there, like kind of like we're like right next to her, and we'd be like, we'll take some more. So they gave us like these small glasses. They like the tiniest cups of Mountain Dew. It was like, hit me with another shot of Mountain Dew, please. It was a little awkward, but it was, yeah, I was like, hell yeah. But the reason we had went to this Walmart is because GameStop had actually fucked us over. GameStop had like a line of like 1 billion people in front of it. And whenever we got there, they said, oh, just like they told it to the whole crowd, just so you know, nobody without pre-orders will not be getting a Halo here tonight. And we're like, wait, what? Because they had advertised when the Halo Reach was coming out, you don't even need a pre-order. Come get it on midnight launch. And so then I remember went up to him like, that the advertisement says you don't need a pre-order. You get it on launch night. He goes, listen, I know that's what the commercial said, but that's not how we're doing it. And I remember we're like, fuck you guys. So then we went over to Walmart and there was nobody in line. And it was like, fuck yeah, this is perfect. And they were right next to each other. They were literally like, you could walk from one to the other one. And they had no people in line. Yeah, it was a good time. Walmart superior to GameStop, but that's pretty steep competition of shittiness between these two companies. Is it common for stores in the U.S. to be open until/after midnight, or is that only for the special occasion? So prior to COVID, a lot of stores were open after midnight. That's why there was always debates. There still is debates, right, about like how workers are treated and like low pay, all that kind of stuff. After COVID, a lot of the wages went up for workers, and a lot of stores restricted their open shop hours. GameStop usually wasn't open till midnight, though. GameStop, I want to say, was open till like 10, but then on launch nights they would stay open till midnight to release a product. Walmart was like 24 hours, so they were open anyways. Whenever I'm sure you've heard of Black Friday. Black Friday, people would like camp out in front of shops waiting for it to open up. You know, people rush in and get good deals. But if you camped out at for Black Friday at Walmart, it was like easy mode. You weren't really camping out. You were literally sitting in an aisle at Walmart. I've been to it before. Like as there was a Black Friday, I wanted a TV, and there was like this. It was this Polaroid TV, which I didn't even know they made Polaroid TVs back then. They still probably don't make. That was just they made like this one TV ever. Anyways, I was camping out in like a clothing aisle. Literally just me sitting with my friends and stuff. We're just sitting in the shirt aisle. There's a line of like 100 people, and we're just sitting there. But the reason that's significant is because usually around that time, Black Friday is in November. You sometimes get like, you know, real cold nights and stuff. So if you wanted to camp out at Best Buy, you literally had to camp out in the cold. So people would literally put up tents and stuff and like have little heaters in it and just sleep in there. So Walmart was the easy mode camp out. Did you have to shake it to turn it on, the Polaroid TV?
Well,
so
you guys could see this guy right
I
now.
guess
He
the
is
reason they didn't continue
launched
making more
into
TVs is they probably were shit at it. Because when I got it home, it wouldn't turn on. And I remember my dad, he's pretty knowledgeable on a lot of electronics and crap. I was just like I don't know, it was probably like 18 or so at the time. And so I was scared as hell. He's like, I don't know how to touch, like mess with any of the wires. So he just like walks in there and he takes off the back panel, and he was like, they've completely misaligned the boards. And so like he like realigned stuff. He said apparently there was like a safety feature. It's pretty common in a lot of electronic products where whenever there's like the contacts are like improperly aligned, it doesn't power up on purpose just to make sure that something doesn't like ignite or like set fire. So anyways, he just realigned it, put it back on, screwed everything back on, and the TV turned on. I proceeded to use that old ass Polaroid TV. It wasn't old at the time, it was new back then, but I used it for 12 years. Actually, no, longer than that. I started my streamer journey on that Polaroid TV. I only had one screen. I had the chat and my game on that same screen. That's how I started my streamer journey. Anyways, let's close the bets. Let's begin. I've been yapping for too long. Quick question. Why did you have your heart set on a Polaroid TV? Was it super cheap? Yes, it was super cheap. I wasn't like, ooh, I want a Polaroid. It was like Black Friday used to be like real deals, like way back in the day. TV, the way they did it is like, they usually were products trying to make a name for themselves. And so back then, it was a 42-inch TV. Back then, a 42-inch TV would probably been like, I don't know, 1,500 or something. And this was a Polaroid TV for like 250 or 300. I remember being like, oh my god, I want this.
Were you doing the Pokemon games on that, or was that before?
Yep, that was my Pokemon games was played on that screen. In fact, I have an old picture of it somewhere on my phone. Every once in a while I see it.
Wish you guys could see.
I heard exposure to those Polaroid TVs cause premature baldness in teenagers. Sorry, bro. We've got some decent stuff. Shop time is coming up soon. Yeah, we're going slow. We got to pick up our pace, don't we? Shop will be coming up soon. Let me just make a little bit more progress before we open the shop. Very soon. Is there any other wands that has like respectable mana? There's pollen. Just spending all my gold now. This wand is terrible. Fireball orbits onto double triplicate bolts. Maybe getting 2 of those at once is a bit extreme. Yeah, we'll do that, and then we'll actually grab the oil blood for the purpose of fire immunity. Good, good, good. Ooh, baby. I guess we don't really need the missiles that badly. Let's hope that nothing gets its hands on it. What are you screaming about? Don't be jealous of my chainsaw wand. Art? I could feel it. Right, as I turned that corner, I knew. It was there. Waiting for me.
Sweat.
Oh, come on. Another hidden heart, baby. We are looking good.
You can see this guy
Open the
right
shop.
now. He is
Okay, okay,
launched.
we'll do a shop. Look at our HP. Look at this HP. 285 HP. And we're in the second zone right now. Woo. Hey, Dunk, love the content on YouTube and streams. Not gonna lie, I'm surprised you're using AI when someone subs. I don't intend to be rude, but AI is super harmful to the environment and artists in general. I just wanted to shine some light on it since I don't think it's ill-intended. Again, love the content and the space you made for the game. We just do it as like a fun little thing. Yeah, I know some people are very critical of the AI stuff, and it was never like the way it works is I usually run things pretty loose around here. Like people kind of get to be creative and free. That's how we end up with people creating stuff such as the DunkTales. If you missed it, it's my latest video on YouTube, DunkTales. It was made by our community member Shankmo. They were just being creative. Apparently they don't even do it professionally. You know, by how well made it was, you would assume that Shankmo does something professionally with music or with, I don't know, video making, but no, it was just something they did for fun. And that's pretty much how I run things around here, is letting people be creatively free. Party Horse made, one day we were just chilling, and every time a person would sub, Party Horse would post a link in the chat. It was like automated, and it would say, you know, this has been generated for you. And you click the link and it would generate a little image. And we were enjoying looking at it. I was having fun. And not only that, but it actually costs a little bit of money for Party Horse to do that. And since we were enjoying looking at it and all that, I didn't want Party Horse footing the bill and all that. So I asked him, you know, how do I set this up? And Party Horse did everything, set it all up. And but basically, it's one of those things that nothing in the channel is like 100% set in stone. This is how it is. We just do stuff that we think is fun, and if the chat gets bored of it or whatever, we remove stuff over time. So right now, chat still seems to have fun looking at the little AI images. I hope that it's not super destructive on the environment. I know that AI stuff is supposed to be like one of those that's like, you know, with like cryptocurrency mining and all that, where you're like, you're shitting on the environment. So I don't know. I have no idea on what level we're talking about. But I just know that we were just having fun with it, and it's just something that, honestly, like I said, I had no plans with it. It just kind of spurred the moment, and then since then it's kind of hung around because chat tends to enjoy looking at it. What is the AI aspect of the subs? All it does is whenever a sub happens, it looks at your username, and it tries to make a little sweatling, which sweatlings are a little blue sweat dude, but with your username in mind. What would a little sweatling look like with your username? Chat usually likes to do some really degenerate stuff. They're trying to find the most degenerate usernames they can. Usually you get some really questionable stuff getting generated. One of the images is my avatar now. I love it. Yeah, it's fun watching it. I think it's one of those things that because it is in the newer stuff, it's kind of fun. But I'm sure there will probably come a day where like AI stuff is so like it's already, you know, and people get bored of it and they get tired of it. So maybe one day we'll get tired of it. But till then, I don't know. We're just having fun with it. Try not to take things too serious around here. I don't want to do something that is like negative to the environment. But again, I don't know. I haven't seen all the. How much of an impact have we truly had on the environment? I don't know that yet. Are we killing rainforests with just these little sweatlings? And yeah, and Amorphous is right. If you are really like anti-AI, I get it. Like everybody's got their own things that they're passionate about. We do have it where if somebody does not want a sweatling generated for them, hold on, let me try to remember the command. Guys, you guys remember the command? So obviously there's levels to it, right? You don't want to be just like ignorant, willfully ignorant, but at the same time I also don't want to be some kind of like purist that I'm like missing out on just like doing basic fun stuff. I'm like everything has to be consumed in a pure way. Only you can stop AI fires. Exclamation mark. No AI. There you go. Thank you, Maito. So yes, if you are passionate about it, I get it though. If you are a person that has done your research and you feel passionate, there is a way to make sure that there is no AI generated for your username. You type that one. You don't have to. By default, it's yes, but you can turn yours off if you're like, I don't want to, you know. And I get it because you know, people who are informed. It's like with the medical stuff. I look at it the same way when people are very like anti-vax and all that crap. I'm like, I get it, but at the same time, if I'm not gonna do my research, I'm gonna go with the default of yes. You know, I'm defaulting like you know, but if I became insanely knowledgeable, if I did PhD level research and I somehow ended up against it, then it's like, yeah, but basically when you choose to be willfully ignorant, I feel like you have to go with the default. There's like a default setting and I'm going with the default setting for now. Maybe one day I'll become educated. Not on the vaccines, I don't think that's changing, but on the sweatlings, AI sweatlings or AI art in general, who knows, man? Who knows what the future of that's going to look like. All I do know is that AI generation has gotten pretty insane. Whether you like it or you hate it, you got to admit that tech has gotten wild in terms of what it can do. It is scary. Definitely scary. Even if you love it, you're still scared of it. You're like, this tech is pretty freaky. Is there a gallery of all the generated sweatlings? In the Discord, we have an area that's just called AI sweatlings right here. You can click it and everyone as it's generated gets posted in here. If you ever want to look through your past ones, you can actually just type in your username. So for example, I see mystery wavy. So if I type mystery Wavi, exactly as their Twitch name appears, it will show all the sweatlings that generated under that Twitch username in the past. Which I know you guys, like I said, I know it's one of those topics that gets people pretty passionate. And I'm okay, you know, be passionate. Passion's good in life. Just make sure that if you are passionate, some people become like aggressively passionate, where they're informed on a topic, and that's good, but then they are like aggressive against other people that maybe are not as informed. You know, like, you don't know, you piece of shit. What the fuck? Oh, there's also the command !my AI, no spaces, will link you your history of little images generated under your username. Sometimes that can take up to an hour, so if you like just generated one, Party Horse said it may take a little while to update that latest image. Baps AI sweatling. What is that? Definitely not lotion. Wait, what? Wait, what? Was that actually his what? What? The post-nut clarity hitting hard. How do you get Touch of Grass? Touch of Grass is part of the Mimicium quest. And so if you're doing the Mimicium quest, which is the floating islands, you get it every time. I guess calling it the cessation quest is probably the better way to say it, because you actually get it past the part where you get Mimicium. Check Wote's link, it's funny as fuck.
I saw this
Wait, what is this?
at 7-Eleven. That's me. And that's the man watching me on security. You can click him. You can even send emoji. The pants emoji. Surprise Michael.
Is this real?
I couldn't resist. He
This has to be
started to
fake.
get sad.
This gotta
And
be
he
fake.
made a phone call.
Hey,
Oh no.
why do you bother, Michael?
This is so fake.
Michael is the greatest man I've ever seen. Michael is a great man, and you are a nothing man. Michael has the perfect soul, and you have the soul of dirt.
What the fuck was it? Did we just watch an ad for 7-Eleven? Is that what just happened? I'm so confused. I need a Slurpee to deal with this, to process what I just watched. Viral marketing. I think that actually may have been an ad. Like that's, I know we're joking a little bit. I think that's the only, why else? I don't see much else reason to make that. Grab a hot dog too, of course, of course. Hot dog that's been on the rollers for like fucking 30 hours. Send emoji. 30 hours? You mean 3 weeks? I mean, some of the 7-Elevens around here, they're kind of popping for their food. Like, whenever you see people coming out of it, they're grabbing a lot of the food. It actually rotates pretty actively. Back in the day, yeah, I would say the hot dog was sitting on that roller for like weeks. These days, though, the ones around here, shit, they even have like decent pizza inside 7-Eleven and stuff. And they tag it with a time on it that shows when it was made. Or like, you know, I don't know how honest it is, but it's supposed to show when it was made. Is this an ad? And that is why I always stop at 7-Eleven. Actually, I haven't been to 7-Eleven in forever. I watched a 7-Eleven employee try to talk to my friend out of getting a last/only hot dog from the roller. I think he was saving it for his lunch break. He tried to talk him out of it. I like how this guy was probably looking out for your friend's health, but just the fact that somebody was telling him not to do it made him probably want it more. No, sir, you're not. That's been there for a while. He's like, well, now I really want it. Now I'm thinking it's extra delicious. Oh, we got a mimic potion. Oops, did I kill it? Oh wait, no, it's right here. And now it's dead. Can't trust those mimics. Ooh, another heart. Is there a point to killing those mimic potions? They have a 5% chance of dropping the mimicium spell. So it would save me having to do a portion of the mimicium quest, which is not very long. I mean, it takes like just like a couple minutes, really. But it would be nice to get it early. Alright, I think I've explored most of the zone. I may have missed a couple spots, but look at our HP. 335. Hell yeah. How long did it take you to feel confident in understanding wand building? I'm at 100 hours and still feel lost. It's all about what you're passionate about in the game, like what your focus is. I mean, there's some points of wand building that I'm like, I don't know what the hell's going on, but I'm not like super interested always in some of the deep, insane mechanics.
Oh, I really wish you guys could see
So
this guy
there
right
are
now.
players that I've seen play like 100 hours and they already understand like the divide bys better than I do. But that's because clearly they love that kind of stuff, right? Some people just enjoy, I just enjoy like the adventure, going around each zone, like how to deal with the enemies. That kind of stuff is more of my specialty. Deep wand building. The basics of wand building, the foundation, to truly have a solid foundation for wand building, it depends on how you're going about it. If you're just playing through the game naturally, trying to understand things as you go, it's going to take a lot longer. Like, we're talking 300 to 400 hours before you start getting a decent foundation. If you're watching videos while also playing, like you play a little bit of Noita, you consume content, all that kind of stuff, then probably around like the 2-hour marker, it'll cut the time in half or maybe even like a third to have a solid foundation. What I consider a solid foundation is just seeing stuff like, oh, I have this set up here. You don't have to know how to build it flawlessly, but you have a general idea of being like, okay, I'll throw this here, Maybe a little bit of wrapping there, and you can just build little basic wands like that. In fact, I'll throw like these kind of things. It's not anything that's going to blow anybody's mind, but it gives you a base understanding that can help you get around and survive. What are some good first bosses to kill for unlocks? I know the Alchemist and Pyramid boss. Yeah, it sounds like you got yourself a good foundation, Drifter. Alchemist, Pyramid boss, and then the Dragon, which is the guy that's to the far right side in the jungle. That's that right there. If you know how to deal with those three regularly, then you pretty much are able to get to God runs, I'd say, very often. Once you feel comfortable dealing with those guys each run. In fact, in this run here, I probably will kill those three bosses. In fact, I don't even know if I'll kill other bosses outside of it besides Kolmi, because those three do so well. They help so much. Right now, I'm looking for a better non-shuffle to upgrade our current basic bitch wand. I guess we're retiring that. We're just looking for a non-shuffle that's got some juice. You have long distance cast for your teleport bolt? I do. Sadly, it's on a shuffle right now, so the inconsistency is a bit annoying, but it's not a bad idea. Could save me doing some digging like right there. Can't hate on that. Alright, stop shooting me. Stop that right now. Ooh. Oh, shit. Fuck off, tank. Get out of here. Let me see this worm. Yeah, my current setup does pretty shit against these. But we're worm hunters right now, damn it. We can't... Oh, we died. Ooh. It's kind of interesting, but not quite. The worm did not cough up a heart. Makes me sad. The wand that we just got is so close to being badass, because it has 485 mana charge. The capacity being 4, though, is like... It's a little rough. Yeah, we can make it work, but not quite as good as I would like it to be. If we did it as a 1, let's see. We'd have to do it like as a... Oh, how would we do it? Double spark timer. No. Chainsaw, double spark timer. Dig bolt. I don't like any of these, really. Shoot him and run. Can we actually fix this? Let's see. This is gonna be weird. This is gonna be real weird. Four, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, that's terrible, but we can just do the whole thing. So what we'll do is put a chainsaw at the end. This goes here. Goes here. So 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is spell number 1. This is spell number 2. Spell number 3. So you fire this. Actually, hold on. Let's. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we got that. So we fire this. Really slow, and then we can wrap it with... Actually, you know what? Save that double to wrap it here. Not bad. It's a goofy-ass wand, that's for sure, but it's better than our current one, so... I'll take it. We could have used the heavy spread if we needed to. Oh, that's a good idea. If we take this away, and take that away, then you throw... That's a great idea. Then, chat, who was there said that? Yeah, Raze and Juno. Good thinking. So yes, we do lose one of the dig bolts, but we add the heavy spread, and then we can add the linear arc that adds 5 damage to everything in the payload. And now we're looking good. Good damage. That should shred them. Dunk, do you have any plasma for the squid? I don't think I've seen any plasmas, Woat. But then again, you know me, I'm pretty bad about, like, sometimes when I'm not considering them even a possibility, I just... Oh, well. Never mind, Woat. We could do some bridge boss. Could also do... Oh shit, that poly flask broke. That is not what you want to see. Poly just pouring everywhere. Is there a worm on the loose? Hoping to find a little something, like a regular Lumi drill, black hole timer, white hole. Wanted something. I did get the plasma, but I guess I could run over and go kill the pyramid boss, but there's not anything I'm particularly interested in the pyramid boss. And the bridge boss, I'm not as excited as Woe, because there is a small chance, depending on his movement stuff, that you can actually get fucked. And I never trust RNG. See that? That's why I don't trust RNG right there. That propane tank was coming to get us. Alright, we're just gonna move to the next area, and then we can use our plasma to dig back up anyways. Always cast spark double trigger. Oh, hello, friend. First we gotta deal with this guy.
Rigged cheeky smiley face.
Person's jealous. Hey, this is today's daily run if you don't believe in me. Load in today's daily. You got about, I don't know, probably like 12 hours before it changes or some crap. Hey! What the hell, man? We're supposed to die earlier. Stop being alive, sir. Stop that right now. We're gonna roll this. Roll this. Melee immunity. I'll slurp. We need that quad that we left earlier. Should grab that spell for when you need to create a wisp. Oh, that's a great idea. Good idea there. Was that Mustachal? Thinking ahead. I tend to always fuck that up, and then I realize it, you know, 3 hours later when I'm like, I really need that one spell. Yes, I saw you talking shit about the Cowboys force. Complete newbie question. How does one tell which wands or spells to keep when starting out? You just kind of get a feel for like what builds you're looking to run. A lot of it's personal choice, you know. There's some spells that you will like that I don't. There isn't necessarily like a right answer. It's like, it's not like, oh, you chose wrong. It's more like just what kind of builds you're wanting to run. The early game tends to be pretty consistent, meaning like you will find a lot of the similar builds. A lot of the ones that I tend to run early are like, I kind of dropped a lot of them, but I was running triplicate with a fireball orbit. That'll start to appear in your game once you have killed the dragon at least once in your Noita life. It's one of the only unlocks in the game that actually is a meta progression kind of bullshit. Whoa, look at this. We gotta watch the fuck out. What we gotta do is we gotta drain that water. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this heal just so I have more to work with. And then while we wait, I'm just gonna plasma this water. Quad, okay. So now what I can do, because I had a triple, I was having to use a triple and a double to make a quad, which means I need to use 2 spaces. Instead, by putting a quad here, it only takes 1 space, so then 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it opens up a spot. So now I have the exact same build that I was already running, just saving space. And then with this extra space, we can place down the add mana. And then now we can fire this wand forever. Looking good. Looking good. If you're curious why it homes in, remember that this wand has an always cast homing on it, short range homing, so.
Moin.
Looking good. Moin. Moin to you. We are going to go make some pretty big wand upgrades soon, but first let me go check what the free spell room's going to give us. Well, it is a non-shuffle. We could use it as an upgraded tele wand. That's at least something. There's a healer right there, and because we have pheromone, that's the reason I was keeping the pheromone on me. So I can pee on these healers whenever I like. Don't heal that guy. Heal me, damn it. There he goes. Oh my god, there's so many healers here. With all these healers, you can literally just kick this machine, and these guys will... Oh, let me get rid of these guys. Being obnoxious. Hey, no, heal this. What the fuck are you doing? Why aren't they healing him? Yeah, you can use this turret in case you haven't seen it. You literally just kick it. The healers are being really odd. I don't know why they're being so difficult today. Usually they're not quite so funky. I think it's because there's two of them. Like one keeps blocking the other one from shooting the heals. Because they should recognize that this guy is missing health, and they will just heal him immediately. I think it's like somehow each healer is assuming the other healer is going to heal him. Yeah, see, and then all of a sudden that one started to heal. I don't know what that's all about, but pretend that you didn't have that turret there. I mean, obviously you can just use the healers. You just kick one of the healers and the other healer will heal them. Like, I kick this guy, and then this one's hurt. So then they'll... Wait, there you go. So they try to heal each other, and then there is a third option that's available to us right now, and that is our friends, the fish. The healers are friends with the fish. So... My brother in Christ. He's gone crazy. Horse has lost his mind. Alright, so the fish, you just kick a fish, and the healers, just like the tank, will try to heal them, so you can use this as a reliable healing method. That guy's being lazy. Just like to show those options in case there's ever any new guys that are like... Because, you know, the Hiisi base, while it is a scary place that you shouldn't hang out in for a long time, it is this kind of nice heal zone. It's both super volatile and dangerous, but also jam-packed with heals, which Noita doesn't exactly have a lot of heal options. So it's nice to have that available. I mean, we could use spells to black holes as this, like, really scuffed digging method. I'm not even exactly sure how to set that up, so let me get back to the base area and then do a little bit of science. So this non-shuffle, you need it to kill the wisp anyways. True, that is nice. Lumi timer. So when the Lumi timer fires, it's like this. Spells to black holes after the Lumi timer. So when I cast it, fuck, it sits still. Is it always going to be that way? Okay, no, it will haul ass. So it loses a charge. It's now at 8. If I put Whiplicate spell there, 20 charges. This has 8. Can I fire this? How does it look? And it went down to 7. Okay, so that method is not going to work. Dunk, read me. What, do you have an idea? What do you mean? Are you memeing about something right now? He said, wait! I got another scuffed digging. Wait, what? I don't see this. Hold up. I've seen Dunk on... This was... Sorry, small distraction from Shaman. I've seen Dunk use a freeze trick on YouTube where he kicked frozen enemies would be reduced to 1 HP. In a recent run, I managed to find a wand with a freeze modifier, then tried to trick on some enemies, but they seem to have more than 1 HP after being kicked and getting unfrozen. I can show you it again. It should be, it's pretty simple. It should be, not only that, but the freeze will sometimes even insta-kill. It doesn't always set them at 1. It either kills them or it sets them like at 1. So I'll show that again in a moment, but let me see what Test 60 was yapping about. The eye room had 2 scuff digging methods. You could use long distance cast and vacuum. Oh, I wasn't even thinking about that one. That actually is a good one. What if you use spells to black holes on long distance cast? What happens then? It uses a charge and nothing happens. Cool, 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 cool. I'll put it in this order. Still uses a charge. Okay. Let me go get that method that he was talking about. I do like that one. So this one, vacuum, we're gonna toss that. Yeah, this one's kind of a... This one I don't use, like, very often, but just happened to line up. How's the digging on it, though? So if we had long distance casts, and we put on vacuum bounce with 20 charges, and we cast this. Hold up. Is it... Do we still have to attach a projectile that's... Let me look. I'm not getting any value out of that. Yeah, I could have swore this worked too, actually. Because Matter Eater definitely works. We know that. Is there some other catch here? Bro, that build sucks. Don't deny this amazing digging. Best wand ever. There's something with this. It's not a projectile. Yeah, you can attach Matter Eaters to the long distance cast and it will dig infinitely. Oh well, it's no reason to obsess over it right now. Yeah, I guess because, yeah, it has a drilling shot effect. Maybe you'd have to use vacuum bounce with a, like a divide by... We'll go get, well, we'll use a copy random. That's probably what we'll do. So we can still probably make use of it. Let me just get everything sorted out here, and then I'll deal with that in a bit. So please hold. So to speed things up a bit, we're gonna make a small detour. I'll try to either remove explosion or something else. Try it on the bounce. Well, we're about to get a copy random, so it should work on that one anyways. Pretty sure. Why stress when we can just blast them? Alright, wake up our friend the spider dude. Oh yeah, I could have shown you the frozen melee on this guy, because this guy can be frozen melee. And I have melee immunity, that's why I'm able to stand so close to him. Because normally he's trying to poke us right now. He's like, poke, poke. Oh well. Come on, open your mouth. While he's dying, let's glance to see if there's any freebie heart mages. Oh, there's a version control dude. And nothing that's super easy, so... grab the heart. Copy 3 random. Oh man, we really didn't get the best drops. There's a regular homing, I kind of like that. Don't need 2 triplicates up there. Let's edit this. And then since we have 1 more slot available, we'll try to grab a wand from Walmart. This Walmart's got like the mega loots. So we call it Walmart because you can shop for some pretty badass wands here. It is a little bit dangerous, but not, shouldn't be anything too scary. 9 capacity, that one's tempting. We may end up using it as our wand. It also had death crosses on it, which makes for really good wisp. No, we are not doing any consumes. You gotta remember that we're doing wisp stuff. We don't want the consumes to like somehow factor in and cause some major issues in our build today. Holy crap. 0.378 0.17 removal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 8, and 10. So 0.17. I think we may be able to make this wand work. It's gonna be a little jank, but I think that'll do. I'll give up the better homing. That's definitely a better tele wand than our current one. That would be pretty perfect. Oh well, we'll come back to this spot later. That's why it's Wand Mart. Oh man, reduced lifetime. That's going to be really crucial for the wisp stuff. Let me real quickly put this in a safe spot. Okay, I'm going to stick it on this wall. Then I'll know. Oh, that's not the one I wanted to drop. I'll remember to grab that later. Actually, you know what? I'll put the death crosses there too. And then we'll grab this wand. That's going to be great for a tele wand. Alright, let me try to do some craziness right here. Oh, it's an 8 cast? Oh man, I was thinking it was a 3 cast. Because this one's also a 3 cast. Hell no. Hell no. You know how many... Oh my god. Here, all the way here. I did have lots of good resources though. I guess we'll just leave it kind of chilling here. I'm gonna leave the ping pong on it as well, along with our chain spell. Just our stuff that is gonna be, and the recharge? Yeah, the recharge, we actually did have enough to get rid of that recharge. I'm pretty sure I was adding up all of the bolts that we have, and we had a couple more in one of the holy mountains, and we had the heavy spread, and then I was gonna loop to it twice, and I think we could have gotten rid of all that recharge time, and then the add mana, we could have sustained it. It would have been a little rough. It's 3.78. Yeah, it's 3.78. I mean, look, hold on, like, look, we can do this. 0.17 here, 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 here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then I believe I had 2 more, maybe more than that, in the Hiisi base mountain that I left. So 10. So each one removing 0.17. So let's just say 1.7 removal. So we're just looking to get near half. 1.7. This minus recharge time would add 0.25 on top of it. So minus 1.95. 1.95. You would double it. 1.95, and we would end up at 3.8, probably a little bit over it actually. So we would have just had enough to get rid of all of it. I'm trying to decide on how I want to deal with the Alchemist boss. I really don't have any super. Oh yeah, we wanted to test out the infinite digging on this. So if we had copy 3 random spells, and we put down like a spark bolt here. So copy 3 random, and this scenario will always be forced to copy this, yes? So if we break this out of the group like that, this will always be forced to copy the spark bolt as well. And then on this one here, you would attach vacuum bounce. So the first one would be regular, next one would have vacuum bounce. Regular, vacuum bounce, and it doesn't lose any charges. I think I could actually just shift that, and I fire it, yeah. Yeah, we don't lose any charges. Kind of infinite digging, a little rough. I mean, it is infinite digging, but you have to like back up a little bit. I wonder if it'd be better to have that one orb. Let's just do the spells to black holes setup. I think that is the way. Alright, vacuum bounce. I don't love you anymore. I'm sorry, vacuum. putting these here to take up space. Sure, taking up space. I mean, we have a decent digging setup. If we just get a Greek letter, we can make it really good. And we did have that one wand that had the always cast, not always cast, but it had the, what you call it, the spells, personal fireball thrower. Could use that. There it is. Alright, so we grab this, grab that, toss these. Spark bolts, personal fireball thrower. It's on a shuffle wand. That's kind of annoying, but whatever. I do like that the option's available. Oh, come on. I hate when it's a kind of a weird way when you're using spells to black holes and Lumi timer. You have to make sure to not stick the Lumi timer in the wall. And it makes sure that whenever the Lumi gets converted into a black hole, it has like crazy speed. But if you shove the Lumi in the wall, whenever it gets converted over to a black hole from spells to black holes, it has no speed, so it just sits there. Could grab the kiwi. I mean, not the kiwi, the kantele. Kantele is like a wand that has no mana and stuff, and because we have an add mana that we could make our own mana supply. Hey, hey, hey! What the fuck? Already did twice. A monkey both times. Scammed twice. There we go. Alright. Alright, so there he is. Now what we need to do is we need to knock him into the personal fireball thrower. So this is where a lot of the new players see it get used and they're like, try it themselves and it's doing no damage. You need him to move in like a downwards motion so that they hit him, which is why going below him sometimes it can be helpful. Come on. There we go. He's moving down a little bit. Probably gonna have to reapply the personal fireball thrower to him. Where'd you go? Get over here. You gotta watch out. Those fireballs that are shooting off them can't hurt you.
Poor lad is suffering out there. Help him.
He's suffering out there. Somebody help this man. This is the worst of the personal ones, by the way, to use on the Alchemist. Remember, we're using personal fireball thrower. This one, as you can see, is a little jank. You really need to have like a teleport bolt to manipulate and move around quickly. Personal lightning caster is pretty great. A little scary because it shoots off the lightning. It can hit you, but the boss will die usually within a couple of seconds of that. This one's the best one. Personal tentacler. I feel it's decently safe. Even though the tentacles can hit you, they're not nearly as scary as the lightning, and the boss dies to it very quickly. Weeb, shut your mouth. Holy crap, how are you not dying already? Took your sweet ass time on that one. It was a long fireball thrower kill. Even the weebs got excited. I'm getting bored. Alright, so let's empty out the... Do that. So now it has 0 charges. I guess we might as well just put that there. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, okay, perfect. Now we have our infinite digging set up. We have our good damage. We have a telewand set up. Lots of space. We don't need to quiplicate anymore, I don't think. Still have these resources, but we'll leave them there. Oh yeah, you guys were wanting to see the bridge boss kill, I think. What you were demanding. So give me one moment. Let me go grab a wand that would be helpful. Okay, back for this in a moment. It's just the bridge boss is going to drop 2 wands, so I'd like to have a space for them if they do drop something good. Something worth a damn. When are we going to have power words? I know, we haven't done any power words in too long. I keep saying, yeah, we're going to do it soon, we're going to do it soon, and I keep forgetting. Tomorrow, let's play some power words. How about that? What you trying to make today, Dunk? We are trying to make a wisp that... How did that not get him? We're trying to make a wisp that will fire off touch of ground over and over and over. Like spam a touch of spell many times. And we're getting kind of close to it. We're still going to have to get a little bit more creative as we go. Oh, there we get the personal tentacler. That's what we should have used in the Alchemist. That would have shredded them in no time.
Do it.
The wand here is pretty badass. Yeah, touch of grass setup will pretty much just like run around insta-killing all the enemies near me. And if it hits me, it'll also try to insta-kill me too. So we have to set it up in a way that... Even though it's going to try to insta-kill me when it does hit me, I can survive it. That's the idea. It's kind of like the challenge of today. Surviving a wand that is going to be like a death wand. So I've spent most of my early game just like powering up, getting all the resources that I think I'll need on our journey today. I forgot I left this good wand in the last mountain. You gonna perk dupe or reroll break? I haven't decided. It really depends on what the game throws at me. If I get a saving grace set up, I may not do either. I may choose to live a little dangerously. So now goes here. 2, 3, 4. Scoot that over. All those multicasts are on that other one, aren't they? How annoying. Doesn't have the always cast homing, but the one lets us do a lot more stuff creatively. So let's just do baby multicast for now. 1, 2. 1, 2. Sure. Oh yeah, I forgot this is where we had our multicast. I was like, where did I put all of them? I thought I left them on an old wand. I did leave a quad on an old wand, but no, our triples are right there. They're chilling. We do have more digging bolts that we can incorporate then. So triple, 1, 2, triple, 1, 2, 3. That there. I don't think this is doing anything right now. About to sneeze. Is reduced charge bad? I see Dunk never pick it. It's not, I mean, kind of. Reduced recharge I used to use all the time because it's really simple, right? It just tells you exactly what it does. But the reality is a lot of spells, thank you by the way for the bless yous. Mucus Mob represent, you know it. But other spells do what the reduced recharge does, but like cheaper. So for example, where does the reduce recharge? Right here. Reduce recharge minus recharge 0.33. It's going to cost 12 mana. So if I'm using this point, let's say I needed the minus 0.33 for 12 mana. Well, I could also get 2 of these digging bolts. Each one removes 0.17. So if you combine them, that's minus 0.34. Slightly better than the reduced recharge, and it costs 0 mana. That's one thing. Then cast delay. You say, okay, but what if you need the cast delay removal on the reduced recharge? That's a reasonable thing. Minus 0.17 cast delay. Well, currently, the only thing that removes cast delay is chainsaw, but let's say that I didn't get the chainsaws. There are still other spells out there, like this spell. Remove explosion, minus 0.25 cast delay. So 0.08 more cast delay removal, and it costs 0 mana. So if you look around, once you learn how to use the resources, you can find other spells for much cheaper that do the same thing that the reduced recharge does. So reduced recharge is good. I don't want to say it's for noobs, but as you learn the game better, you learn what each spell brings to the table, you start to find yourself using the reduced recharge less and less, because there's just so many other things that can do its job, and they do it better. Better and cheaper. So in other words, it's for noobs. I mean, not necessarily. Sometimes you could find yourself in a tight spot where you don't really have as many resources at your disposal, so then you could be forced into it for a bit. But as the run goes on, once you've seen lots of resources, you should have come across something that would do away with it. Like, would help you basically get rid of it. Isn't chainsaw only recharge? It only tells you recharge removal minus 0.17, but if you read it, it says also has some magical properties. It's minus cast delay is infinite. I have a whole video where I talk about it. I'm sure you're probably trolling Tuesday. That's probably bait. But in case you're not baiting, you could type !chainsaw in the chat. You get linked to a video that I still get comments on to this day. Actually, let me see if I've got any today. Thank you so much. I've been trying to understand more without spoiling too many secrets, and you nailed that for me. Gonna dig through more until I get home for experiments. There you go. 12 hours ago. See? There's still comments. The point is, the video is still very relevant, and it teaches you a pretty important mechanic that allows you to kind of get like OP pretty quickly in some runs, depending on when you find the chainsaw. You don't always find it right away, but in our run today, we found it in the second zone, which is your run as well. It's today's daily, so everybody should have the same daily. Feel free to check it out. Build a God Wand or two. Alright, we're gonna jump into here. Big Steve's gonna spawn. We actually don't have like the most damage, so I just ran up to him and blasted him before he got much of a chance to get going. Also, somebody said something earlier about the freeze kick not really working right for him, which is weird, so let me just show you it in action. Freeze, Spark Bolt. That's it. This wand literally has a freeze and a Spark Bolt. That's it. When you shoot them, a lot of enemies will turn blue to indicate that they are frozen. So I will... Oops, let me dig this stuff. Is there anything I actually want here? I mean, see him make you eat your vegetables, kind of cool. But for today's challenge, let's not deal with all that. I don't even want to deal with it. I also don't want to deal with any of that. I guess we're just grabbing stronger hearts. Is it already time for the shop? Not yet. You're jumping the gun. But I'll go back to using the freeze wand so you can see it in action. So freeze, kick. Where's some more enemies? They're all dying. Freeze, kick. Freeze. Some of them can be really hard to hit with because they're hitboxes and stuff.
I've been dropping loads around this fucking house.
Okay, hold on, let me. These guys are being a pain. Yo, Curluck. Thank you for the 5 gifted. Okay, hold up. Oh, wait. So the idea is I'm just freezing. I'm just kind of frantically shooting freezes and kicking. See that one right there survived, but he's only got 1 health. Freeze kick, freeze kick. Sometimes when you're juggling these dudes, you need to refresh the freezes on them, otherwise you can get yourself overwhelmed. But I just see there's a lot of enemies coming at us right now. I don't even want to deal with that. Enemies are being annoying. We free shot him, kick, and we're gonna do the same thing with the boss here. Because remember, we are melee immune. That's the reason I'm willing to run at all these enemies like they're nothing. Because when you're melee immune, they can't melee you. That includes the dragon. The dragon, if I didn't have melee immunity, what I'm about to do would insta-kill me. But I am melee immune, so we're just going to jump into him while holding our freeze spark bolt wand. We freeze him, we kick. He has 1 health. Did you see for a moment there at the bottom it said 1? Oops, I didn't mean to grab that right away, but whatever. This wand capacity is pretty nice. It is an upgrade. I may end up doing something with this upgrade later, but I'm too lazy right now. But you get the idea. You've seen the freeze kicks. I'm gonna go ahead and put that wand up for a moment because I want to find some resources from the jungle. Why does it feel like it sometimes just doesn't work on Steve? Usually if you're having a problem with the freeze kick, it's because some of the hitboxes on some enemies can be really weird. Also remember that the big version of Steve cannot be frozen melee. The little version can. It's all about getting used to the hitboxes though. That's pretty much everything, and that's just a matter of like the more you play the game, you just get used to the mechanics. We do have a heart mage in action. Let me see if there's any nearby hearts allowing me to be lazy. There's a broken wand. There's the heart mage still. Oh, there he is. All right, let's try this. It's gonna be a little bit risky, so let's not fuck this up. Oh shit, hold up. There's an enemy right over there.
Why do you always check if I wrote something when I didn't write anything? And when I did write something, you don't look for it XDV.
To taunt you, that's why. Genius, right? You gotta piss off your supporters. My motto. Alright, here we go. So this is gonna be a little bit scary because I don't have any kind of like, you know, safety net here. So I could die if I not paid attention. That's not... We could do one more hit, but I ain't risking it. Just trying to help us out and make this speed this run up a little bit. Can you make an end to everything wisp? You can't, because the end of everything kind of works like cessation. The moment it's cast, it doesn't matter if you put it inside of a trigger or anything. It just casts off immediately. It doesn't like store in a trigger. Well, looky there. Expiration trigger. That could be kind of fun. Put an expiration trigger there. Put a homing there. There we go. It's kind of like a spark trigger right now. Lame. Can you reduce the cast time or end of everything or make it longer? I don't think there's anything to extend or reduce it other than like make your character disappear is like the main thing to counter end of everything. I'm excited that my future grandkids will get to enjoy Dunkbot 2.0. Alright, laugh it up. Laugh it up. I told you I have a system in place that's tracking every one of these jokes. And when Dunkbot 2.0 releases, you know what I think I'm going to do is I'm actually going to let you get a taste of Dunkbot 2.0 so you're like, oh shit, I like this. And then I take it away from you. And it says, I'm sorry. You are one of the shit talkers that has had your Dunkbot access taken away. It will, to regain access, you must write a handwritten apology letter. We'll then post the PO box that you can send it to. True Giga Chads, thinking ahead. Well, first off, the true Giga Chads didn't talk shit in the first place, but the other ones that did talk shit are preemptively writing their apology letters and sending it to the PO box now.
That would require you to write over 2 lines of code. It's never happening, LMAO.
Haters, man. All haters. I will say I haven't got much done the last like couple weeks since the event. I've not been quite as productive as I should be. You know, release the source code Dunkbot 2.0 with the git blame history. Wait, the git blame history, so we can actually see what you worked on. What's blame history? I don't even know what that means. Some new programmer over here. It shows who made what changes in the version control.
It shows who wrote every line in which commit.
I didn't know it was called blame history. I'm the only. What do you mean? I'm the only one working on the client. There is no other one. Why would I need a history? Mind's Eye's working on the server side stuff. There is no git on that either because, well, there actually probably is a git for him. Yeah, he does the server. That's all. That's 100% him. I don't touch that. I'm actually gonna go with the Breathless. So Kolmi is here, but we're not gonna fight him yet. We'll save him for the very end. Dunk pushing bad code, never. I would never do such a thing. So many times I push code and then usually the code right after it, like if it's broken, the code after it is like Miksu trying to push a fix. These days it's Mind's Eye. He's the active protector. But Dunkbot 2.0 stuff, I'm the only one that's been working on that client for, I don't know, 3 years. Dunk is the kind of guy to test code in production. I mean, it's not a bad idea. It's called beta testing. Just the participants are unwilling beta testers. Like they're not willful beta testers. They're unaware beta testers. It's A/B testing, except it's just A. Okay, I'm gonna jump in here. Or true.
Congratulations, sir. You are now part of our beta testing program. We hope you love our new banking system. You can view your sweat account at error 404 database missing.
Chat, it looks like it's time to put our new song into use. Which actually, I guess we just played the audio? Omega Tucked? Sure, try just audio. It's kind of a long, it's like, is there a brief version?
Dunk, what the fuck? Why are you stalling?
Hold on, I was trying to decide on how we're going to go about this. Because if you're curious, we now have a DMCA free version, DunkTales. It is the long version though. It's like we don't listen to the entire version every time we load up DunkTales. We listen to like the movie, I mean not the movie, the everyday like spam one, you know, the one that's the intro of every episode, which is just like a minute long. Let me see if I can adjust the transparency and give us the video too. Play the full duration. All right, here we go. Full duration for now. We'll come up with a better plan in the future.
Lurking in this sweaty cave here in Dunkville. Moist mobs, monsters, swapper mages. It's a dunk thrill. Might get a victory. Extend your win streak. DunkTales. Every night he's out there screaming. DunkTales. Tales of glory crouches when skill prevails. When it seems he's finally going to play the darn game. Endless yapping never fails. Chainsaws explain. Degens are betting. Come be a sweating. DunkTales. Self-proclaiming God game moving. DunkTales. Tales of stalling, food rats, and good duck spells. Danger ways will find you. Avert your eyes, emotes will blind you. Punch a goon and slide into some DunkTales.
Solo sax, baby. Or should be sax solo. Solo sax, sax solo. Solo sex.
Gigabrains and sweaty stains. It's DunkTales. Draws in sweat. I'll bet that orange hood smells. 2.0. Gonna be here any year now. So hold your breath and hop onto some DunkTales. Ooh. Every graveyard shift is game in DunkTales. Ooh. Tales of swearing, raging when his luck fails. Ooh. Let's take a spin, might get a win on DunkTales. Ooh. Tales of a legend, full jokes and good duck spells. Ooh. Not gamble fails, all fam on snails. No DunkTales. Ooh.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I love how the weaves get timed out and this a song has like 50 times ooh in the chorus. That was a little bit of a scam. Weebs bleeding into this music. Filthy weebs. We're gonna start looking for stuff to create wisps. So we gotta start thinking boomerang, increase lifetime, reduce lifetime, that kind of
I
stuff.
really wish you guys could see this guy right now. He
Also,
is
it'd be nice to find some
drenched
black
in
holes
sweat.
so that I don't have to keep using this weird method that I'm using right now to dig. Another add mana. I like it. I'm gonna grab the repulsion. Hopefully it'll help keep us safe from our wisp that we're gonna make. TI win? I don't know if we'll have any TI today. It really depends on how fast we're able to make us a wisp and stuff today. It all comes down to. There's a lot of like linear arcs and stuff. They are plentiful. We don't need that plasma. Another add mana. We can just put it here to take up space. The rest isn't needed. Actually do need multiple homings because remember we're going to be doing stuff with boomerang. It's a wisp build. It's a whole thing. They like to have multiple. Are you planning on breaking the reroll machines? I'm actually glad that you said that because I just realized if I should be probably putting that in as a backup plan. I guess we just won't count this world since I've already went through several mountains and grabbed stuff. But yeah, I should start dropping them down. So in this case, we need to drop that down. Nope. These are going to be my extras. Like I said, I'm not going to really count these, but I have them there for emergency in case I miscount and stuff later. Just having a couple on the ground never hurts. Been a while, hasn't it? Yeah, I haven't broke the rerolls recently. Just because we've done it so many times, you get a little bit tired of breaking them. But for today's challenge, it is a bit risky to go without breaking the reroll machine. Just gotta wait and see, I guess. Wow, we do want that saving grace. Gonna be big today. Timer. How does breaking them work? Basically, you see how I grab these perks right here? Well, when you grab them and the other ones disappear, the reroll price above the machine should also disappear. In this case, it hasn't. And that's because we dropped it down. It's like we've detached it from the perks. I'm also gonna have to grab another gold room because that price tag is really high that I have on there. Oops.
I really wish you guys could see this guy right now. He
There
is
you go.
drenched
There you go.
in
The reroll
sweat.
machine's outside. Once it's outside, we can grab a perk. If you don't want to grab any of the perks, then you don't have to drop the reroll machine down. But anytime I want to grab a perk, I do need to drop it. I'm looking for a black hole. Ooh, boomerang. There we go. That's something else to help with our wisp build. All right, let's do the shop that apparently you guys have been waiting on patiently. This will be our third shop of the day. Let me just get into the gold room. That way while you guys are shopping, I can be collecting gold from the gold room. And again, normally I don't do 2 gold rooms. It shouldn't be necessary, but I kind of have pushed our reroll price tag a lot higher than it normally would be. The Alchemist can spawn around the map only in parallel worlds. We are in parallel worlds right now. They're not. It's not the regular Alchemist. It's a ghost version of the Alchemist. He doesn't drop any Greek letters. All right. I was not here for the first DunkTales. Can we do them now? We've already done them. You guys already got your DunkTales. We gotta be progressing forward. We can't be lagging behind because we still have a lot to build today. And if we go quickly, maybe we get some Twitch integration if we go fast enough. Maybe. So what does disconnecting the reroll machine actually do? What's gonna happen is all these disconnected reroll machines are gonna allow us to push the price tag up to such a ridiculously large amount. We're talking like billions, like trillions, a number I don't even know how to pronounce. Whatever Bezos's bank account looks like. It gets to such a large number that the game actually kind of freaks the hell out, and you get about 1,000 rerolls for free. That's what we are prepping right now. And the reason you'd want to do 1,000 rerolls for free is it allows you to pretty much turn your character into like a full-on god, where you can take billions of damage and it does like nothing to your character. Oh, actually, I'm not going to grab any of these perks, so we don't even need to disconnect it. You only want to disconnect it whenever you plan to grab a perk. In this case, it's like, no use. But don't worry, you'll get to the part, like, if you just are hanging out, I'll get to that part, and in the beginning, it just seems weird. You're like, why are you dropping those? But then whenever I start to actually break the machines, it's usually like the, oh, moment where it all makes sense. Right now, it just looks a little bit janky. You will see. You guys are so stupid. Okay. Well, we don't need this anymore. We need that. We can pick up the black hole, and then we'll grab the add trigger. No, we're not gonna. The nuke, that's what you saw? There's a nuke! So now we can get rid of these spells to black holes.
Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds.
Tau, speed up. Speed up goes here. Now I am become death, destroyer of scones. Is there anything I can... Swap that with that. Nice. Put these there. Triple goes here. How are we looking? Oh yeah, we're digging now. We're digging it. Again, this is why chainsaw wrapping is one of those things that I always try to teach people. It's one of those things when anytime there's a new guy, I'm always like, exclamation mark chainsaw, in case you're confused. Because the chainsaw wrapping is not just about doing damage builds with it. It's about, actually move this to an add trigger. It's about understanding the concept of how to speed up any rate of fire of any wand, whether it be a digging wand or whatever. It gets the job done. He's got a chainsaw. And also we can start to grab our stainless armor stacking. That's our first stainless armor. I want to get to like, I don't know, let's just say 10 for experimentation, then we'll decide from there. Chainsaws are a way of life. A good way of life. I gotta grab the explosion immunity as top priority. All-seeing eye as second, and not grabbing any of the rest. Another add mana, holy cow. Oh, another reduce. So here's kind of a tricky decision to make, because I know it's tempting to grab the extra life, but the reality is you need to play optimally, and getting the extra perk to then get more choices faster is actually the better decision. But it sucks when the extra life disappears because we're breaking the reroll machine. So we grab the optimal one. How don't go to the bottom one with Kolmi? They don't have in parallel worlds, that mountain is missing. There is no mountain down there. So I am going to the last mountain in parallel worlds. You can actually see that if you look. Alright, so this is the final mountain in the main world. See, final mountain, there's Kolmi. You go to parallel worlds. See, it's missing. So that's why I stop at this mountain here. Because there is no mountain here.
It's called hentai, and it's art.
Can you get up and do a little dance when you find touch of grass?
I'm not looking for a touch of grass right now. I can easily get my hands on it. I am prepping the reroll machines, which, by the way, I need to... Damn, I dropped that. See, I keep dropping them too far. Way too far of a drop. And that. Remove this from the pool. Let's check what parallel world I'm in right now. So if I do exclamation mark wand, can the TP explosion nerf hurt the player? Can the teleport explosion... Oh, not every nerf. What the hell, man? My brain. Can the teleport explosion ever hurt the player? Teleport explosion? Oh, Gaseous says I'm in East 5. Okay, so we have this one and one more world. Thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you. When you go super fast... Oh, you're talking about, like, yeah, you're traveling really fast. I don't think the... I mean, honestly, by the time I'm traveling that fast, I feel like I always have the immunity and everything. I think it can burn you. You can get ignited, like, I think you can, like, have a little flame that actually gets your character burning, but I don't think the explosion does, but don't, you know, do some testing of that on your own. Anytime I'm traveling that fast, I already have all the immunities and stuff, so I never really think about it. The explosion does not hurt, just tried. Okay, yeah, so it's just the fire, I guess, you have to worry about. Just don't burn yourself. We have so much health already. We'll go with double repulsion, keeping us safe from the touch of setup that we're gonna have soon. Even that's not gonna keep us safe, but hopefully it'll help a little bit. We're getting pretty close to the breaking of the reroll machines, or at least to the, you know, the part where we go traveling, interacting with all those reroll machines that we left behind. Grid on water, I will grab that in case we get any water material. Alpha... Sure. The rest look okay. Jump in here. So this next world is our final parallel world to have to, like, I guess, drop down the reroll machines and stuff. From there, we're gonna have to backtrack to all those worlds, which I know sounds kind of crazy, but trust me, it's worth it. We have to go grab those machines. What are some other ways of getting thousands of health over other than heart mages? If you give it just a bit drifter, you'll see a moment where I can get a ton of it very quickly. But first, let me just get to the bottom of this area, and then we can begin breaking the reroll machines. And that's where, well, actually, the beginning of the breaking the reroll machine may be a little bit weird, but once it's broken, then you'll be like, oh, that's how you can get a ton of health without ever even needing to break the machine in the first place. Another ad trigger. Things have been everywhere. Drop it down. So at this point, we already have so many extra perks, I can't really see them that well. I don't want to grab any extras. It'll become too hard for me to differentiate. I can't remember if people usually say one more. I think I'm going to leave it there. It's good. Extra life. Some people like to grab a couple more extra. I'm just probably being picky. Hexagonal says no more. Alright, he agrees. Become too hard to tell the difference. Oh, it's a large. Look at that. That's not just a 25. That's a 50 HP. Not that it matters, but still. Okay, so now we run over to our reroll machine. This should be our last one, and we're going to roll it. So look at the price tag, 6,400. We're going to roll it to here. Yeah, I think this is the sweet spot. So then from there I can grab the perks. It doesn't matter if the number disappears. It didn't, but then we run back to our old reroll machine. This is the breaking of the machines. So if you remember, the price tag on our last machine said 200,000, like right around 200,000. Not exactly, but close. But this one says 6,400. So if I re-roll this, even though it says 6,400, I re-roll it, it jumps up to the price tag as if I had 200,000 and had re-rolled it. So now it jumps to 409,000, even though I just spent 6,000. So then, keep backtracking. Keep backtracking. What the hell? Go. Go, go, go. 6,400. I re-roll it. Now it jumps to 819,000. So obviously 819,000 is way more gold than I have. Yet I'm able to keep pushing the price tag higher and higher, even though I don't have the correct amount of gold. So the last reroll machine said 819,000. So to push it up to 1.6 mil, I would need 800,000 on that machine, or 6,400 on this machine. 1.6 mil. You got the idea, I'm sure. Keep going. Wouldn't it be faster to start with a number higher than 6,400? No, it's worse actually, because this price tag could be 200. It's irrelevant. It's going off of the price tag of the previous machine. The last machine we were at was 1.6 million. So whenever I roll this one, it'll go from 1.6 to like 3.2 or 3.3, somewhere around there. The only thing that having the higher price tag of 6,400 is how much it's costing me to shove this number higher and higher. If it had been 200, it'd be much cheaper. You know, I wouldn't even have to worry about running out of gold. All right, another extra of that. I'll grab this as well. The 6.5 mil. Expensive, but it's not like insane yet. It's not like, oh my god, that's wild. I wish we had an extra chainsaw somewhere. If I put that here, does that work? We're still happy, so then that frees up a chainsaw. So in this case, we could do that. Take away the long distance cast. Let Dunk have miscounted the reroll machines. Oh, that's evil. I mean, I can still fix it if I miscounted, but the worse off you miscount, the more of a pain it is. Alright. The reroll machine, 6.4. It's up to 13 mil, I think. Meaning that this one should push it up to like 26 mil. Which means that the next one will push it up to 52 mil, and it just keeps climbing. Oop. Keep climbing. And remember, these are worlds that we already went to. This is why we did it. It's because we had to load them in so that they had that old price tag. If I went to a new mountain, let's say I went to a brand new parallel world that I hadn't been to yet in this run, it would load in this price tag. So that's the whole point of the breaking of the machines. You're locking them in on these old prices. If you miscount or screw up, it's over with. It's not over. You can still be recovered. It's just really annoying. Essentially, I would have to go back to that very first reroll machine that I started to break, and remember that price tag is at 200. like 204,000 or some shit. So I'd have to go get 204,000 gold to then use that one again. And if I'm off by multiple, then I'd have to collect another. Like it'd be a whole thing. We want to go on the mid left. Look for that spot that I entered in.
Dunk, I will let Nutty out of my basement to touch grass for a whole hour if you use reduce recharge instead of no.
You know what? You can keep him. He's yours, Aqua. And you drop them below Holy Mountain so they don't update. Yeah, you just have to get a certain distance away from the perks. You don't always have to drop them down if you don't want to grab the perks. So for example, this machine I did not drop down because let's say that I go to pick up this perk right now and these other perks disappear, the price tag disappears along with it. So I'm like, damn, I want to grab that perk. Let me just drop the machine down. Once it gets about to around here, that's enough distance away from these perks that the machine is no longer attached to them, meaning that if I pick up a perk, the dice may end up working. Let's see. If I pick up a perk, pick up a perk. Alright, well everything is just procking. I have double dice, so pretend these perks disappeared. Pretend they disappeared. This reroll machine would still have the price tag. That's the reason for doing that.
Do it. Do it.
I guess we'll grab another breathless for the hell of it, but a lot of times you'll notice I don't even check in the mountain after using the reroll because I mean we're gonna have like almost 1,000 rerolls for free. Perks aren't really that big of a deal. Breaking the reroll machine, that's the big deal. Just need that machine to break. So you need 5 parallel worlds worth. This is the one that I messed up, I remember. So that's the machine that I accidentally grabbed the perks and forgot to drop the reroll machine. So then the price tag disappeared. That means I'll be off by 1. But that's fine because we have backups that I had dropped in extra reroll machines. Why are you breaking it? Because we are about to try to beef up strong enough so that we can fire a wand that should insta-kill me. And instead I want to be able to tank the damage that it will do. I want to just be able to soak essentially millions of damage like it's nothing. Is there a way to improve the quality of heals from blood money? I don't think so. Because they're capped at like, I think it's like they're capped at like 5 HP per nugget. There used to be some tricks, but then that cap I think complicated. Yeah, greed's a good idea. Basically what they're saying is by grabbing greed you can get more nuggets to drop potentially, which means more opportunities to heal, but that's not always the case because sometimes greed causes there to be such a high amount of gold that the nuggets consolidate into one larger nugget, and the maximum healing, like I said, is like 5 or some shit. You're limited on how much HP you can get from it. I'll try to test my movement to see if it's too fast. I think we're gonna stop with the faster movements after that one. But yeah, greed is the closest you're gonna get to a way to improve it, and it's not necessarily 100%. I want some nuggets now. I could go for some nugs. Price tag's getting up there. It's like, it's way over 100 mil, right? Let's see. 214 billion. Okay. Yeah, we're over it by a little bit. If you get 200,000 nugget, you'll get 20 HP as per the wiki. There you go. So the nuggets are they're kind of They used to be 1-to-1, which was crazy. And for every one gold, it gave you 1 HP. So literally, in that case, a 200,000 gold nugget would give you like 200,000 HP of healing. It was Trick Blood Money was insanely strong when they first added it to the game. Then they nerfed it. I believe they nerfed it twice. The first nerf I feel like was like, okay, it's definitely got nerfed, but it's still like insanely good. And then the second nerf was like, all right, they put that shit into the ground. They probably nerfed it a bit much. Yeah, they were a little heavy-handed on that, the second nerf. That's the tricky thing of Noita. It's like there's this. It's like there's like two categories. Sometimes it with certain things it almost feels like black and white, where it's like it's either garbage or it's OP. You know what I mean? Where you're like, all right, it's garbage, and now it's OP. And you're like, well, no, where's the in between? Like, where's the balanced? Noita is just one of those games that you kind of just everything it seems OP or many things seem garbage. There's very few things that I feel like I'm like, oh, they're just perfectly balanced, just right. Wasn't that also during the time when Bouncy only needed one explosive projectile? So it yes, exactly. That's true. Back in the day, yeah, a bouncing burst needed one explosive projectile, and it would hit for this huge explosion damage. And I think it was Trick Blood Money then, but it doesn't matter because they ended up making it where now you need 3 of them, and they made explosive projectile more rare. So like there was all these nerfs. It wasn't even necessarily intentional, I think, with the explosive projectile. Maybe it was. The bouncing burst part was intentional, but how often you see it in the pool and stuff, I think was just, you know, they added more spells, they shifted spells in the tiers that they were in, and it just resulted in what we have now. Oh crap, I forgot to... Sometimes some nerfs were just, I think, just the result of other moving parts in Noita. I'm actually running low on gold. This is where the me having 6,400 as the reroll price was a little bit high. But we have to do a pit stop at a gold room here in a moment. That, or I feel like maybe I'm really close to the breaking the reroll machine amount. Is it the one after this? I think it may be the one after this. How many machines are required in total to accomplish this breakage? So it's more about the price tag that you're going to look at. Because so I do 5 parallel worlds worth, but it's the first machine has to get pushed up to 200k, I believe. So for example, you could push the first machine up to 100,000 and move on to the next. In that case, you'll need 5 parallel worlds. So how many are we talking about at that point? Is that 17 point? No, it's not 17.8. Wait, where am I? Did I just... I don't know where I was going on that when I was running all over. I want to say, like total, it's probably like 40 rerolls or some crap. If you did it from the basic, no, that sounds too low. I'm talking about from like the price tag where it's 200. How many rerolls from 200 is it? That's probably the best way to say it. Instead of saying push the first one up to 200,000, then you should have enough in 5 parallel worlds. 60 point. Okay, you guys are trolling. I think that Mag's right. I bet you exclamation mark reroll. So shouldn't it be 27? I don't know if that's right. 39 rerolls total. There you go. 39 rerolls total. 5 worlds, has 30 machines. So the last one needs to go to 10th. Wait, what? The last one needs to go to the 10th. The 10th reroll? Is that what you're saying? Okay, so this is where I mess with machines a little bit. Yes, okay. Which the 10th reroll would be the 200,000 one, yeah? It's not exactly 200,000, but it's really close. So I'd say 204,000. Alright, reroll machine. It should be coming up pretty soon. I know you're down here. Aha! There we go. Reroll machine has broke. It says just a 1. And so what we can do now is we can take a portal. Portal's gonna take us back to the main world. Main world. Oh, by the way, can somebody link Latali? I think that, yeah, that is the Latali in the chat. That one weird creature thing that was on Reddit. See if he has any. I'm curious his thoughts on it. The person said the only mod they were using was the Latali's quality of life mod. They're claiming that they aren't using anything else. Mod restart. It is probably about time for a mod restart. I'm glad you said that. Let me make sure I get in the first mountain, and then we will do a restart from right here. Dunk, read me for the answer. Oh, Vex thinks he knows. Let's see what Vex has got. You talking about the invisible thing that they claimed the win? That was the door boss. It with its physical form shredded. That's what people were guessing. They thought it was the door boss. What was the thing that you feel makes you confident of that though? Just because it was like one of the few enemies that is or bosses that's shaped that way. The thing that made people a little confused is at one point I believe it does like a 7,000 damage tick. The OP said the door boss was intact, but there's multiple door bosses. You can go to parallel worlds and have more door bosses. He was in the main world. I needed some of these. Shall I even like that? Alright, the reroll machine is broken. So what that means is, if you look at my money, I don't really have very much, but whenever we roll it, really doesn't cost me like anything. And I can roll it many times. Let's see, extra life, sure. Grab the dice. Once you've grabbed a couple perks, it's for the best that you don't keep re-rolling it too much. I always ignore that advice, but I still repeat it as if I know what I'm doing. Spin? Oh shit, I should have grabbed the repulsion. That was my bad. So earlier somebody was asking about a way to pump up your HP really quickly. If you look at our health right now, it's 4,000 total. We could start spamming and grabbing tons of these extra healths, and we could push our HP over 1 million pretty quickly. I think it was Drifter, you're the one that asked, right? I mean, you got 1,000 rerolls. If you don't get what you need, it'll be kind of insane. Yeah, in our case, yes. But there is times that you can do some pretty wild stuff that you can run out of rerolls. I have. One time we tried to, using the extra health. Weeb, shut your mouth! One time, using just these extra healths, we try to push our HP up to the infinity number. Just to show, not infinity number, but just show infinity because the number is so large. And we actually ran out of extra healths because we were kind of being a little bit goofy. Let's look for the dice.
I see I've come in at the right time to weeb. UGUU.
Mr. Bonus, oh, don't start with me. So yeah, hard to say what that is. Nothing instantly comes to mind. In hell, though, the game can cause functions to trigger that normally wouldn't, so maybe there's something overlooked.
It's time to stop, okay?
No more.
No more.
Oh yeah, Latali, I was just really curious on your feedback because I thought it was really unusual as well. I was like, this is very weird. Now, if somebody could recreate it, that's where things would get interesting. So, if you remember earlier, I grabbed an extra life, and then soon after it, I shouldn't have grabbed that extra life. Soon after it, the dice appeared. They stay in that order. So, as you can kind of memorize the rerolls. and be consistent. Keep in mind though, some perks will disappear from the pool once you've gotten too many of them.
Literally
or grabbed
1984 match.
Madge. So there we go. We have the dice. Perk lottery. Stainless armor. Repelling. Oh, look at that. You don't see that very often. Some people probably didn't even know that was possible to drop from a chest. But, yes, that's actually a full heal that dropped from a chest. It's just a rare drop, but it does happen. In our case, obviously, it's not exciting. But there are times in runs where, you know, I found myself in kind of a tight spot. And then you get one of these to drop out, and you're like, oh, thank God. So, yeah, rare drop. Yep, full heal. They're real. How many more love are we at right now? We're at 3 more love, so we grab 1 more of them. We're gonna be good on that front. Roll. There's the heart again. I could start stacking my HP up really quickly if we wanted to. I don't want to do any more extra perks. It'll become very hard to see what perks are on there because they'll all be stacked on top of each other.
He is drenched in sweat.
So there it is, extra life. Let's see if we can get the dice right after it. Yep, see, they're very consistent. How many dice are we looking at right now? We're currently at 5 perk lotteries. Soon after was the stainless armor every time we get that dice. I said soon afterwards, but it was kind of soon, I guess. We need more blood. I forgot I need to be paying attention to the spells over here in case there's an increased lifetime. Angle with the 5-monther. Dear Dunk, as a 5-month investor in the Dunkbot 2.0 project, what do you... What? I'm requesting a brief update regarding the current development timeline and the extent of time presently being dedicated to the project. There's been some concern that the more hours might be going into getting a little drunk and slammed than into active development. Best regards, Angle. First off, don't lie. There is no investors. Don't get spreading rumors over here. This is just a solo hobby project. Calm yourself. Gonna get people worked up. Can we get that title in Braille? I can't see it. Okay. Can you do a rat spawn stack build one day? Is that even possible? Kind of. You wouldn't get like as many rats as you would hope, where they just like are filling up the screen because there's a limit to how many will spawn at once. But I do believe you can do something that beefs up the rats or something. Like you can make them stronger. I feel like there was some crap with that. I'm gonna grab a 3rd repelling cape just to make sure that we're good on that front. Could be wrong on that one, but yeah, rat stuff would mainly be a meme. See, extra life, then comes the dice, if there is a dice on the table.
What do you mean there's no investors? I paid Yoke $5,000 for Dunkbot 2.0. Did I get scammed?
You did get scammed. Yoke is known for scamming people. I'm sorry. You've been played. Extra piercing. I don't think we'll need it, but... Congratulations. You played yourself. So here's a little bit of acid here. The reason it's not like hurting us that bad is because you gotta remember that acid doesn't actually stain your character. So my stainless armor stays true, and it barely hurts me.
I really wish you guys could see this.
Like it stays on my stainless armor, which is stainless armor is damage reduction. Crit on oil. Did I have any crit on oil stuff? I don't think so. Oh, yeah, we don't need it.
It may not hurt you, but the constant red flashing is hurting my eyes. Please.
My eyes! My chat's so sensitive over here. My eyes! Eccentric with the 53-monther. As a 53-month investor in Dunkbot 2.0, I'm sure it's any day now. Can you shift ratty powder? I would think so. I don't know.
Dry meant oil, slime, and gas bloods.
You
Am
could.
I in the same place as WUOTE in our head? At least I can spam cringe microtransactions LMAO.
What the hell are you? I forget if ratty powder can spawn in a flask, but you can. If you did like the vomit to rats, and you could just shift vomit into stuff and get rats all over the place. But obviously, you'll have a cap, like I said, if that's what your goal of was to achieve there. How many extra lives do we have now? 3? I think 3's enough. Wait, did I just go past? No, I didn't. Stainless armor. So we can do the same. You could just roll. Extra life. Couple rolls past it. Stainless armor. And you can just keep repeating that. Even though now that there's 4 perks there, it's probably a little bit wasteful to go too crazy with it. So we'll just grab that and close call, sure. Doesn't really affect our character because we have so many stainless armors. I think our stainless armors are good enough, in fact, that we can probably not grab any more stainless and be good. So let's focus on the wisp, I guess. Let's do this real fast. Let me just go for a nice, soothing... Wait. Lava bath. Ah, it's comfy. You peasants out there using hot tubs. No. It's all about lava to skin. That's the true relaxation. Oh yeah, gas blood. That was the one that you guys were saying to grab. Some gas blood. It's fine. I'll do the. Let me find out what we need anyways. Let me get everything like organized. That way, while we're traveling through that parallel world, we know if we're missing anything. So this mountain here, I think, is where we kept some of our other. We have chain spell and we have ping pong. Let's look at possible wisps that we can make. So if I type in wisp on the Noita wiki, make sure you're using wiki GG. Do not use fandom. That one is outdated and inaccurate information. Okay. So what we're going to do... Wait, what do they have them grouped here by? Oh, the alternative. Yeah, this shows that you can't make a wisp out of the thing directly, but we are going to make a wisp out of one of these chart items here. What do we want to make a wisp with? Holy shit, you need 41 reduced lifetimes on the fly. You know what we could do? What does the heal need again? 2 of these? What if we made a heal bolt that delivers both touch of, it insta-kills enemies, but it also heals. The true deadly heal. We're making our own deadly heal at home. This could be cool. Let me try this. Alright, let's get rid of these. Oh, it would have to be on the original. That's what makes it tricky, because if we want to use an add trigger on it. Oh boy. What was the percent of it creating it? Every time you fire it off, if you have 2 of these chain spells, you have a 6.6% chance of creating a wisp. Ooh. Ooh, a little ugly. You know what else you could do? You could get your HP to 1E45 to make the touch of do infinite damage to yourself, so stainless doesn't save you anymore. This sounds like a terrible idea. Natalia, are you trying to get me killed? For testing purposes, we'll just put that there. That's a copy of the first spell, so we could put alpha and chain spell. So when I fire this, how's this gonna look? Oh wait, we also want homing. Homing, I guess we'll do another boomerang as well. Maybe. Let's see if we get lucky.
With 20 charges you have a 74% tilde chance to get a wisp. With a spell refresh taking you to 40 charges you have a 93% tilde chance.
Just realized that the statue is gonna kind of fuck us over. Hold on. Follow me, damn it. Okay, so right now what I've done is I made a heal bolt that has a chainsaw in it just for testing purposes. And then we just go find an enemy, which not exactly the best area for finding enemies that we haven't already obliterated. Let's see how... Oh, I didn't get drilling. I didn't get drilling. We passed drilling so many times. It's fine, I can get it. That is annoying. I knew I needed that shit. I don't know why when I saw it I was like, sometimes I need that. Not today though. And it's like, yes, today. I need that. God damn it, heal. So the hitbox in this guy is pretty jank. It works. That's what matters. So instead of having a chainsaw inside of it, we're gonna put a thing that insta-kills enemies. And I think we'll be good. Obviously we have to go get the drill. Oh, that, what the hell? I just ripped the head off of that worm. Now the wisp is like, fucking means business. It's just these guys, I guess, too funky of, hitboxes. The heal couldn't keep up with me. Well, that one was just a test one anyways. Go over here. Some pheromone on this little guy. Grab him up. So now we have the Mimicium potion. And then the second Sky Island. We run over here. We use our Mimicium to make more Mimicium potions. Gonna make 5 more, 4 more. 3 more, 2 more. Come on. 1 more. And then that should be more than enough. We get the Mimicium, Sea of Mimicium. Then we run over here to the 3rd island. Pretty much just blasting through a quest in case you're curious. It's a really easy and reliable quest to do. And then Sea of Mimicium, we are going to cast it here. Mimicium will come in contact with this tiny bit of ominous liquid, and it makes more ominous liquid. You can see these little, on the wall, you see these waves. There you go, Sea of Mimicium. Boom. Put that up for the moment. Then we're going to dive into that. Grab that spell. This is the Touch of Grass. How do we want to use this? I guess we just... Does anybody remember where one of the drill spells were? Because I think I've passed like 3 of them. There's more to that quest that you can do, but we got what we needed from it, so... No? Come on now. Want to say East 4 or 5 and one of the last holy mountains had drilling? Shit. Well, let's see. Hopefully we don't get desperate. Hopefully we can just find one here. What means drenched? When someone gives a sub in my language, it means like somebody was jerking off. That's exactly what it means here too. It's supposed to be drenched. Somebody who's drenched is like, if you're drenched in sweat, you're covered in it. If somebody was to like, you were going to like a Diddy party and then somebody covered you in baby oil, you would be drenched in baby oil. But anyways, in the sound clip, the guy says it like in a funny way, it's like meant for comedic purposes. So he says drenched in sweat, but he means the word drenched. Diddy party? Don't explain it to them like that. I thought it was educational. No, basically just if you're covered in something, you're drenched in it. Oh, right there. See? My game senses. We're tingling. Reminder, it's going to wait. If going back to more parallel worlds, grab it. Yeah. I think I'm still going to, basically the only reason I stopped for a moment is I wanted to build out a wisp to see like what other spells we are missing that we can make maybe cooler wisps, which right now I haven't really found too many yet. I thought the heal one was actually kind of cool. So drill now on the heal bolt with a touch of grass on it. It could get kind of spicy, but we have to get lucky if we want to do it in the 4 charges. We should be able to. We really don't have any Greek letters set up for this, do we? Oh, come on. Work in one of these 4. That would be really nice. Never's going to be nice to me, is it? How many stainless does Dunk at? I think I'm at like 9 or so. Really don't have any good alchemist killers, so I'm going to do this the old-fashioned way. Diving into them, just blasting. Alright, so we want another alpha. Son of a bitch. Zoom, zoom. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Oh, that kinda could work, actually. Because in that case, we could put this here. And then the moo could go there. And kind of expensive though. Let's see. And then the alpha goes here. As you can see, I just hit myself with a touch of. Let me see what I did here. Oh, it's because we're trying to add trigger the alpha. Fuck yeah, you don't get it. This doesn't work, does it? Actually, let me shoot that one more time. Let's see how much damage did this thing do. Oh, it actually made a wisp like immediately. That was pretty funny. Wait, what's inside that wisp right now? Oh, it goes attached to those? Get off of that. Get off that. What the hell? How tanky are these things? Alright, let's go this way. Very damage. Very demure. Nope, don't go.
That's a lot of damage.
No, you ran into the. You piece of shit. Stole my baby. Is it always gonna? It's gonna be. Yeah, it's not gonna allow me to do that. Yeah, I thought maybe I could. It's fine. It's fine. We can just restore the recharges. If you use gamma and put 0 charge touch at the end, that would work. And that, but isn't this gonna put? We're gonna have to grab some refreshes anyways because of the heal bolt. Oh, I put Omega, Gamma. We don't have a Gamma. My bad. I was thinking about the only other Greek letter that we had because I don't think we've been offered a Gamma. It's fine. We'll in a second we're gonna have to grab a recharge anyways, and then I guess while we're doing that we may get more Greek letters. Go back to the old build and just add a chainsaw at the end. Oh, wait, really? That's it? Like this? That works? I still only have 5 charges of this, so I'm gonna head back this way real quick. So if I shoot that. Oh, yeah, okay. Let's see if I can... Wait, so I fired it off on the surface. It holds that memory that it was fired off at the surface? Oh wait, but it's not even killing him. It doesn't hurt anybody. So, if it's fired off on the surface, it keeps the memory that it's a safe touch of spell, and it doesn't kill stuff? Am I understanding that correctly?
Old McBaldman H at a farm. E-I-E-I-O.
E-I-E-I-O. For 4 shots. Then move it all back. Okay. Oop. Yeah, I will eventually want to do grass plus urine. I'm just trying to get this first one going. Okay, where the hell are these damn heals? Thought it would be faster. At this point, I might as well just grab out my healing setup. Wait, what? Oh, wait, I don't think I'm in the West Worlds. I'm in the East Worlds, aren't I? Whoops. That's fine. Let's fire it off. Again. You are in the main world? I am? Did I? I'm confused on where the hell I am now. Well, I'm in the main world now.
Why are you just using a spell that has higher odds of becoming a wisp?
Because the heal bolt, it's deadly heal at home. Isn't that more exciting?
You have any potions or food?
This is death. Alright, let's It's going after somebody. Oh shit. Now this is deadly heal. I think that I shouldn't have the same amount of boomerangs, though. That is a mistake on my end. And in fact I should have like this probably is the better setup. So what we can do is we can kill off this projectile pretty easily. Oh wait, no, it doesn't have an explosion element. I guess we have to... Oh no, it did. It worked. It killed off the wisp. There we go. Alright, we do not want to fire this on the surface. Is it good? Maybe. Yeah, yeah. That one actually is hurting a bit more than I was anticipating. Don't worry, I got more plans. Right now we're kind of testing things out. Kind of feeling it out right now. I still haven't got my gas blood. Hope it doesn't murder me. So saving grace is what keeps saving me. Okay, I'm at 1 HP. Wait, I'm at 8? We're good. Heal. Come on. I want to see it in action. I don't know why it's taken 5 billion years to get to the... Holy shit, 2 HP. Seems good. Seems reliable. Oh boy, I'm at 1 again. I'm at 1 again. Chill, chill, chill. Yeah, fuck it. There we go. Wait, where'd our wisp go? Oh, there it goes. Ah. He works pretty well. What is that right there? That's... Oh, shit! This is perfect. Nope. You don't like it? It works. Yeah, see, Bobo says it works great. Please stop trying to die. I have a couple extra lives. Hopefully I can react in time if it gets real ugly. But look at it. It's running around insta-killing everything. Doing a great job. It reminds me of Yondu's Yaka? Is that the name of that thing that he was sending around? Interesting. Go after this guy. He's the problem. Okay, let's chill. I think it's pretty successful, wouldn't you guys say? I'm enjoying watching it. Pretty much what's happening is it's a heal bolt that travels around, and anytime it actually makes contact with an enemy, it delivers its payload, which is a touch-up spell, Touch of Grass. And the Touch of Grass insta-kills, like, everything. Except for bosses. I don't know if there's any regular enemies that really survive it. But as you can see, there's not many if there is. Yeah, it should be. I believe it's categorized as minus damage. The same as like the center of like the dark sun and stuff. So what we're gonna do now that we've successfully made a wisp. If you're curious why a lot of the enemies are not going after me, even though I kind of walked near them for a moment, they seem to just kind of like look at me. It's because I grabbed 4 or maybe 5 of the... Oh, this guy doesn't get hurt by the touch-ups. Really? Well, there you go. The more you know. But I have enough more loves that the world is considered passive towards me. Everything is just loves me. Latali says that minus damage is a damage label. The damage type is curse. There you go. Yeah, the big Uko. Dude, he's just firing off like a ton of those touch-ups repeatedly. So if he walks near anybody, if I walk near him, it's gonna like beat the hell out of me. Did he just walk by his friend? Oh no. Come on, walk near your friend. Walk near your buddy. He's right here. His little buddy's like knows what's going on. He's like, hell no, I'm not getting near that guy. Oh, he's so close. How's it not killing him? Oh, there he goes. Huh. Alright, so we're gonna leave that for now. Leave that wisp behind. And I have a plan. Don't worry, chat. I always have a plan. I usually don't. You made him infinitely more deadly. He actually is more deadly like that. So what we need to do is we need to go grab the Essence of Spirits, which is kind of like the bonus essence. Hopefully the game doesn't crash while I'm traveling super fast right now. Looking a little bit sketchy. So we grab the Essence of Spirits, which is kind of like the extra essence. This is the essence that you grab when you're making the Dark Sun. A little bit of a goofy essence. Dude, my screen is like so bleh whenever I'm fast traveling. And then we head over to the Essence Remover. I know where it's at. That'd be nice. There it is. Essence Remover. And we remove the essence. It gives us a stone. It's called the Poop Stone. The very first time you do this, what I'm doing right here, you don't need the Poop Stone. But after you've done it one time, you've got the Touch of Urine spell. You've unlocked it. You have to grab the Poop Stone anytime you want to get it again. So that's why I'm grabbing the Poop Stone, which was the result of grabbing the Essence of Spirits and then removing the Essence of Spirits. There we go, up. And here is the outhouse. We have the Poop Stone. We have the outhouse. We destroy the outhouse. We get the Touch of Gold question mark, which it's Touch of Gold question mark, but it actually is Touch of Urine. From there, we're going to temporarily swap the towel in, put that... Actually, I gotta empty out the charges. Oh shit, actually no, that's not necessary. It is one of the infinites, so this can stay. We're gonna need a multicast, some kind, which apparently I don't have any on me right now. All right, let's go grab that. I never realized it was affected by unlimited. It makes sense, I guess, because they felt the Touch of Grass is like the potential for unlocking infinite healing. So they gave it like always a limitation on the charges, I guess. That would be my guess. I don't know if that's for sure the dev's logic. Down a double. There we go. So if it hits me, what should happen is it should fire off the alpha. So the deadly heal is traveling around, or not the deadly, the heal bolt. It's deadly heal at home. Whenever it hits my character, should fire off the alpha. Alpha casts a copy of the first spell, which is Touch of Grass. And then Touch of Grass, whenever it comes in contact with urine, when these two things come in contact with each other, it actually makes a healing gas. So my hope is that this, when it hits me, will start to heal me if I did it correctly. Did I do it wrong? Possibly. Oh.
I really wish you guys could see this guy
I did
right
do
now.
it
He is
wrong.
drenched in sweat.
Because we're not seeing any urine. I wonder if the order is the problem there. And chainsaw isn't needed if it's done this way? Okay. Oh yeah, the urine would stain me if it's there for a moment, which will break my stainless, but then it will heal me pretty big, I think. Let me do a little bit of science. Let me get rid of this wisp. So if we have a spark trigger and it fires off urine. When it hits the wall, boom, we have urine. If we want to be both urine and Touch of Grass at the same time, we put a double and an alpha there. We shoot it. That's just lots of that. If I reverse it, it actually did. Wait, did it make some there? May have. Let's see. Ah. The order is a pretty big deal. In fact, obviously it's going to make some now. What if we did a chainsaw with an expiration trigger? No. Let me see if I... Get rid of that temporarily. What does that look like? Oh, there's not enough mana to cast that. How does that make sense? Oh, that does make sense, actually. Alright, for a moment, we need to slide everything over for testing purposes. Okay, that does work. Then the alpha goes here. I don't think it makes any, actually. Let's see. Damn, there's too much urine everywhere. This area is contaminated. And so I'm trying to break them into separate groupings. Ping pong. What about this? If this is here on this exploration trigger. Seems like it kills it instantly. Okay. Maybe by doing it that way. We had a null on it. Kind of weird to extend life and then okay, that does do something. Well, I thought it did for a moment. Oh, only whenever the second one doesn't just immediately get obliterated. At least that's hope. Do you have a bifurcated modifier somewhere so they're not in the same spot? It does seem to be working sometimes, though. It's like they're see, like it worked. So you even can see some right here. The thing is, we have that stainless and stuff. It's not really letting us see the effects very well, but it's working. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, Mr. Bonus. If it's like firing it all over the place, maybe we'll be happier with the results. So the key was this into an expiration Nala spark bolt. That fired off this. And then that was there. This goes here, this was up here. The null is gonna go there, but for now we'll put it there. Alpha. All goes there. Goes there. Alright. From the Touch of Gold wiki, prevents projectiles in a very general sense. Added after some casting state firing, they're drawn as normal. Yeah, so I mean, I what I did is I made it where the spark bolt exists first. That way, when it expires, hopefully it will. There is some collision there. Like there is some like slight spacing, so that there is some urine that exists. Oh, and then temporarily we have to do this for 4 shots. And we move that back. I was asleep. Does grass and urine make some kind of healing concoction? Yes. Grass and urine makes a healing gas. And the hint at that in Noita that's supposed to help you figure that out is when you're doing the Mimicium quest, the very first island says something about like giving the divine ground our water. So the divine ground is the when you touch of grass, you'll see some divine ground or holy grass or something like that. And then our water, I guess, is just represented by piss, urine. Oh my gosh, are we actually getting scammed here? I don't think I messed anything up, but I'll check in a second. Oh, wait. Son of a bitch. That is rough. I was not paying attention to that the whole time. Oh. Okay, we'll just leave them separate. No wonder it wasn't working. I don't think the touch of gold is messing with the wisp setup, but yeah, we'll give it a little bit longer. And then we'll say, you know what, the RNG is fucked. Oh, okay. Okay, we got us a little wisp. Did I just yeet it? Oh no, it's alive. Holy shit. Alright. Yeah, it is making quite a bit of it, actually. Yeah, there we go. We're in business. Wisp, you missed this guy. Wait, where? Wisp? Wisp! Where are you? It's running around murdering somewhere. Pissing on its enemies everywhere. Just following the piss trail. There's some urine here. And it's gone. No! Our piss wand. Damn it. Getting scammed right now. There we go. The pisp is back, baby. Oh shit. Can I get some more of that holy ground? Thank you. I'll show you a better visual on the healing gas stuff in a bit. Look at the damage, by the way, that this thing is doing. Say 40,000 or some shit. Like it's popping off. It shreds. Never underestimate the power of the piss. Oh shit. Be cool, man. Be cool. Pissing on our enemies together. No. Sit together, damn it. Honestly, with this setup, we really didn't even need the breaking at the reroll machine. I mean, we would constantly be dropping to 1, of course, but with the trick blood money and the heals and stuff, we can pretty much sustain, it seems. Infinite piss wisp, what a monster. Yep, the piss wisp is online. It's popping off. You going into New Game Plus? I don't know if the piss wisp technology is ready for New Game Plus.
Do it. Do it.
Is this the so-called piss missile? Yes, it is. It's copywritten, alright? Don't you try to steal this piss missile. Oh, that is fucking chaotic poly right there. I was just walking over. Holy moly. Oh, look at that. The urine, when it touches the lava, turns into fool's gold. You can see right there, it says fool's gold. Alright, simmer down there, piss. So the issue with my build, when I grab this, I don't think they'll get to fire off in time. I'm pretty sure it'll just, the shield will go up and they'll just vanish. So then, Oh no, it does. It does actually hit him. Huh. I didn't remember that little part. So he steals the wisp though in the end. Do you lose it? But if you're ever wanting to use this wisp, or not this wisp, this information, I guess I should say, of urine in the divine ground making healing, I'll show you how you could put it to use. Alright, chill wisp. The piss wisp is getting a little too spicy. Alright, I'm gonna kill it off real fast. No, not that one. I'm gonna kill it off with this. So the idea is whenever you have touch of grass, let's say I cast it at the ground like this, you'll notice that there's a good amount of it is like green, and then it slowly like converts over. So that green is called divine ground, and then the other brown stuff is just soil. So by the end of it, it all just turns over to soil. So while it is in that form of green, like the divine ground, you want it to come in contact with urine, and that's when it makes that healing gas. So the best way to go about this is to, on the ground, you would just create a nice little urine pit, and then above your urine pit, you would shoot the touch of ground, or the touch of grass up here, and it will fall into the urine, and it creates this gas right here. This is the reason that whenever we talk about greed shifts and stuff, anytime we pull up the website, where is it? Noita. Let's see, Noita. If I knew how to spell, that would be nice. So when you're looking on this website, oh my god, how's it on that bright mode again? Jesus. And you're looking at some random seed, and you're looking at the shifts, there's always this thing here where we talk about greed shifts, and we're like, hey, this one, if you try to shift gold, it's going to make flammable gas because it's a greed shift. People are like, okay, gold, greedy, I get it. But they're like, why the hell is divine ground part of the greed shifts? And this is exactly why. It's because I guess the devs viewed it either lore-wise, maybe something in the lore, I don't know. I think they just deemed it to be OP. They were afraid of people scooping up some of that divine ground off the, like, because you can scoop it into a pouch, doing a fungal shift with it, creating divine ground everywhere, and then from there you just piss all over the place, and it will just be making tons and tons of heals. So I guess they thought that that would be too OP. But yeah, so you get the idea. Basically, we are making it so that the grass and the urine were packaged inside the same wisp, and that way that there would be healing gas just shot off on its own. And we do have everything set up. So what we're going to do is we are going to head to... Chat, would you guys prefer I go through New Game Plus, just a quick run through New Game Plus with our touch of piss wisp? Or would you rather some Twitch integration?
Do it.
Oh, and then I'll give you guys the Lego story while we're chilling. New Game Plus, TI. Do it. TI. Okay. Okay, there's only a couple people want New Game Plus. If you're curious why there's so few wanting the New Game Plus, it's because with a build like this, New Game Plus can be exciting, but you gotta remember that in this run, we actually broke the reroll machine. And because we broke the reroll machine, we just became super OP. We grabbed so many of the more love perk, which I can't even find it. My camera's on top of it. Let me move my camera real quick. We grabbed so many of the more love perks. See how it says there's 4 of them? It means that even when I go to New Game Plus, the enemies there will be passive towards me. So that's why a lot of the chat is a little bit like, they like New Game Plus. They don't like New Game Plus when you have 4 more loves. It's like it being in a sandbox mode. You just walk around, the enemies don't even try to attack you. So that's why a lot of them are more like, let's go to TI, because New Game Plus is just going to be you walking around watching enemies just, like, you know, do nothing. So yeah, the more loves, I get it. Some people hate on it, and they talk about the more loves are probably too OP, and they're kind of right. Kind of not wrong. So, let's do a little bit of TI to finish out today's runs. Don't be too sad though. The reason I wasn't like dying to go to New Game Plus is I think we're gonna do some New Game Plus run probably tomorrow. At least at some time this week, we're gonna do a run that's more focused on New Game Plus, and it will be one that's not built around me getting insanely OP before going to New Game Plus. Also, in case you're curious, I actually didn't even need to outrun that death circle because it wouldn't even killed me. I'm too tanky right now. You'll notice here that the Dark Sun will mess me up pretty quickly, but because I have so many saving graces and extra life, it will still take a little bit to kill me. So into the Dark Sun we go. We actually don't need this poop stone anymore. I just had it for fun. So into the Dark Sun we go. Boom. You see that? It still kills me, but it's not instant. In case you're curious, that health moving that way actually meant we were insanely tanky. All we had to grab is a couple more stainless armors, and we actually could have just sat in the Dark Sun. We were probably about like 4 or 5 stainless armors away, where the Dark Sun would take like 5 to 10 minutes to kill us. Center of the Dark Sun does like 1,000 times your damage per 1,000 times your health per frame. Yeah, exactly. Honk knows what he's talking about. Yeah, so essentially that center point of the Dark Sun, whenever I flew into it, was probably trying to do like 1,000,000 damage to me a second. And even then, you could see that it took a moment for my health bar to drop. That was all the stainless armors. Not because I had good health bar, but because my stainless armors were resisting the damage. But there we go. There is the touch of grass run. If you're curious why we were motivated to do a touch of grass run in general, is because Earth Day just happened just the other day, like a couple days ago, maybe yesterday, or maybe it's like 3 days ago or some shit. Anyway, so the chat was wanting some touch of grass themed run, and so we ended up doing touch of grass, but then we mixed in the touch of urine along with it because of the healing, and we ended up with that goofiness. But all right, so we're just gonna do some quick TI. Let me lock in the win first. I won.
I won.
Look at this crowd. That's a beautiful crowd right there. Look at them with their trophies on their head, looking damn good. Bets are open. This is gonna be our final run of the day. It's gonna be me versus you. And spoiler alert, I'm gonna win. I know you wish I didn't tell you. You wanted to like kind of be surprised whenever I got the win, but I couldn't wait. I wanted to help you guys get a free +1 to your streaks. So if you want a free +1, you type !yes, because you have a massive brain and a high IQ. If you're a hater, if you're a doubter, if you have brain damage, we don't discriminate. We have a command just for you. It's called !no. I don't know why there's so many people with brain damage in the chat right now. I see a lot of people typing that shit. I see you spamming it, chat. All right, so Curluck was wanting to know the story. It was my brother probably does not appreciate that you guys are like, tell the piss story. He probably honestly would get kind of annoyed with me, but I just shared a story yesterday, which was somebody brought up Legos or whatever in the chat. The whole story was my brother was like 5 or 6, something like that. Me and him used to share a room, and my mom was smelling something a little bit funky in there and was doing some, searching around and found out that the Lego container in the closet that my brother had been using it to pee in late at night. So he was too lazy to go down the hallway to the bathroom, so instead he would just pee in the closet in the Lego box. So that's the whole story. My brother, last time he found out that I shared this with chat was like a year or 2 ago. He was like, what, no, and I was thinking, he's gonna say no? Like, I remember this story very well. He goes, no, I was like 5 at the time. And I was like, that's not no, that is yes, but just make it clear, he wasn't like a 30-year-old man peeing in Legos. He was like a kid, but it was, looking back, it's pretty hilarious. Dunk covering his tracks. No, like, I don't know. I had to ask my mom, actually, how she found out, like, for sure it was him. I mean, I don't have any memories of peeing in Legos. It was probably because I think I don't know, maybe I was too young for her to, like, assume that. I don't know. Chosting says, have you seen the mom found the piss drawer meme? Yes, somebody linked it yesterday. Of course, I didn't pull it up on stream because I was like, Jesus Christ. But that's pretty much exactly how it went down, except for instead of, it wasn't a drawer, it was Legos. Please send this video to your brother. I'm a little scared to click the link. Hold on, maybe if I click it off screen. What does it say? Nerd. I don't know why this just triggered a memory. So This was like, I don't remember. It was one of the Harry Potter books. By the way, it's gonna be a Harry Potter spoiler. That's old as fuck. But if somebody coincidentally is reading Harry Potter at the moment, cover your ears for like 1 minute. But my brother was at like one of these Harry Potter release. He didn't even read Harry Potter, but it was his girlfriend at the time, which later became his wife. She was big into like the Harry Potter stuff. Anyways, he was there for the release, and I can remember he came back and he goes, "Dude, some guy like drove by just screaming out, 'Snape kills Dumbledore.'" and I was like, "What?" And anyways, we're like, I don't remember how old I was at the time. Like, if I had to guess, I was probably like 17 or so. So anyways, this is still like, I don't know, I feel like it's early internet days. I mean, obviously internet's been around a while, but we're talking like 2000, I don't know, if I had to guess, like 2007 or some shit. And I remember there was a post on like, I don't think Reddit was around and stuff. It was on just whatever. I don't know, maybe it was E-Bombs World or some shit. There was some post somewhere where it was like, dude spoils, the ending to Harry Potter, or like some big, moment in Harry Potter. And I remember like, wait, what the fuck? So I click it, and then I was like, tell my brother, come here. And he goes, oh shit, I was there. I remember when that happened thinking like, what the fuck? The internet's crazy. Like it's like such a small place. And then now that shit happens like all the time. Like there's all the time people are like, oh yeah, there's there I am in the background of this like photo that was on TV and shit. But back then I remember thinking it was like, oh my God. My brother was on one frame of this viral internet video of some dude ruining Harry Potter. Stumble upon, dig. It may have been. Honestly, I have to look up the years, because whichever book that's significant, you could trace it down. Like you could literally probably trace it back to the video. But whichever, I don't know my Harry Potter shit, but I don't know where that one is significant, what year that released, because it was the launch. It was like the release of that book, and then you could piece it all together. 2005? Okay, I was close. At 2007. It wasn't off too much. Mum found Harry Potter's piss drawer. Well, it's funny because he actually became like a big Harry Potter fan after that. Like at that time, he didn't even read the book or anything. He thought it was hilarious, that dude driving by screaming spoilers, which actually was a pretty dick move by that dude. But obviously, if you're not actively tracking the stuff, you're just like, what the fuck? That guy's crazy. But then later on, he got into the books, and now he's like, he loves that shit. All right, here it is. Final run of the day. Me versus you, chat. Good luck to the Gigabrainers out there. The range is 12 to 28 is the range. Bets are closing. I just had to make sure that TI was running. Tomorrow, we'll get into some more TI and stuff. I know we didn't do a lot today, but we were having a fun, just a Noita adventure. All right, yeah, starts. Here we go. Curl, hopefully that answered your question, by the way. Sorry, some of you missed out on the bet. But there's no time. There's no going back. I gotta hurry. I'm starting with an acid potion. That's pretty fucking huge because the acid potion is a boss killer. So at this point, if for example, if you could take my character and warp me to the final boss, I could kill him right now. One shot him instantly, no problem. The issue is getting to the final boss, while the chat usually gets lucky as shit whenever we're having TI votes. At least the last like month they've been getting really lucky. Let's hope that their luck has run out. I thought that was a potion. I need a replacement potion. Because I need water. Oh, there we go. Huge potential, huge potential. It is a broken wand. Oh, come on. Acid. I see your vote. And I see the acid. No problem. Easy dodge, easy life. An egg? We're running into everything that is not a potion. This is getting kind of stupid.
I'm touching myself tonight.
There are a ton of Hamas up there.
I really wish you guys could see this guy right now. He is drenched in sweat.
Oh my god. That's a really bad one. That's a really bad one. They throw out bats, and then the bats turn into more big bats. This is dangerous. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna get the hell out of there. We just need to wait out the not randomized enemies. Oh my god! He's gonna turn into the bat guy. Yep. Okay, chill. Holy crap, was he like a new game +1? He was a feisty one. Damn. Oh, come on. And of course the big fella is like roaming his ass over here. Oh! What do you mean, wasn't even us? I swear, you guys always say, wasn't even us, and it almost never applies. What'd you think, I just naturally got stunned? What the fuck, dude? What do you mean, not even us? I literally get electrocuted, right here. Was totally us? Thank you, Twist. Why was he holding acid? I naturally, whenever I fly over lava, I always whip out the flask, but obviously it was not going to be of any use here. I was trying to see if there was another way up and around, but there wasn't. I would have been forced to go this way. The hell? Why are you linking this back? I literally just experienced this. I don't need a clip of it. 0 IQ play? How fucking dare you label that 0 IQ? This... No. It's not 0 IQ. Damn. Oh, come on. And of course the big fella is like... I could have made it to that little guy. Oh...
Hey Dunk, this might be a useful tip, but you can use a bomb in a lava portal to make the liquid spray around, and you can actually make it in the portal with a bit of damage. Yoke does it sometimes in speedruns before you cancelled him.
I wouldn't recommend
anyway,
it on
this
that.
Helps you win your run.
Without a water potion, I don't know. That'd be pretty fucking scary. 33 HP. Maybe if I had more HP. It was pretty funny though, you gotta admit it. Listen, it would be funnier if the chat wasn't so smug when they luck into that. They're just like, oh, fucking, what were you? You were dead anyways. Like, get the fuck out of here. Why did you walk in the lava? Shut your mouth. Alright, well. We are not smug. You are... What do you mean? It's a little smug smiley face afterwards. I see that. We're not smug. We just enjoy laughing at you. Messed up, man. Messed up. I'll do one more TI run. Non-bet, just because because we did wait a while to do that TI run. I just want to see what would have happened if you guys didn't get lucky as shit. You know what I mean? Like, what about in a world where you guys weren't just full of just bullshit, and instead it was a fair match, a fair 1v1? I know that's like, you know, a little scary for you. Wait, what? Oh, my bad. My bad, my bad. I know the idea of a fair 1v1, you know, keeps you up at night. But let's for a moment have a fair match. How about that? My dad can beat up your dad in a 1v1. 1v1 final destination. It's on. (1v1) Kuba. Kuba's not ready for the 1v1. Even if you made to Kolmi, you would have fucked up the acid throw. What? I haven't messed up an acid throw in a long time. It's been forever. This guy projecting. Projecting. We know the truth. He's the one that's been messing up the throws. Sorry, I'm in the zone right now. I'll check the stuff in a moment. Dry spell. What the? I don't know why that wasn't opening. I have a firestone. You can bring out the firestone. It actually charms this guy, so he doesn't attack you while you have the firestone out.
Ways to pronounce Lasiachi. Lasiachi. Lasice. Lasias. Lazy ass. Lasiasi.
Is it lazy ass?
Lazy. C. L-A-S-I-A circa E-las. Ice. Dunk is bald. Lazy.
Okay, one of those seemed inaccurate. Fuck. Alright, 1v1 me, bro. Yeah, Chad didn't know who they're dealing with. Professional gamer. Okay, this is bad. This is really bad. I actually gotta bring out the firestone for a bit. Why is it? Oh! I was hacked. I was DDoSed. That doesn't count. I apologize. I was hacked. As you can see, somebody had got into my computer. I was also getting DDoSed at the same time. And my computer was, you know, stolen. So that's the only reason I died there. I'll get it fixed. Mind's Eye will fix it for me for next stream. Don't worry. Everything will be perfect.
You should quickly squeeze this in.
Kwake, what are you trying to sneak in? What are you trying to sneak in? No. I told you I'll check it out, but the sister leveling a bridge, I don't know, like 5.2 mil, goddamn. I know it's the solo leveling a bridge. I mean, already off of the thumbnail, I'm like, it seems like a scary road to head down. Sister leveling. Listen, Kwake, I will. I'll check it out off stream. I'll let you know my thoughts. I'm scared. I'm very scared. Off stream. Okay, listen, I don't know what the hell's gonna play in that video. It's called Sister Leveling. Did he win TI? I was hacked. But don't worry, we'll find out who did the hacking, and they will be banned. And then tomorrow, aka, well, I say tomorrow, like 15 hours from now, we're gonna be playing some more Noita. Chat's recommending somebody who's on Noita right now. They claim that what you're about to see is not gonna be super degenerate. All I know is Birdie Cloud and Woat were both wanting to raid this individual. They're VTubers, so chat, play nicely. Don't get too degenerate, you'll scare them away. Let me grab this. Read Synthetron. Original Snape kills Dumbledore clip here. Please watch before you go. Let me see.
And two, a in is I, that it for you was with on, as have, but be they.
Oh, I really wish you guys could see this guy right now.
I'm here at the Barnes & Noble, and you can't see it from here, but there's a giant crowd outside, and I am about to ruin the Harry Potter ending for you.
I think this is the one. This is it. My brother was there. He's one of the blurs that the guy drives by.
Then, it is 1:02 a.m. Central Time. This is Dallas, Texas.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the guy. That's the video. What a scumbag. Yeah, I know. It's a pretty shitty move. Dude, it says E-Bombs World. See, I told you that was some shit. You can hear from this guy's voice that he got the shit kicked out of him in school.
So let's see how pissed off these people get.
Dude, look at this quality. This is super HD. By the way, if you're reading Harry Potter, please exit the stream now.
And I suck at driving on this minivan.
Holy shit, this quality.
And I have a friend up there that's probably never gonna forgive me for doing this, but oh well.
What the fuck? Their friend was there too? Who does it to their own friend?
Snape kills Dumbledore!
Fucking asshole.
Snape kills Dumbledore!
Just drives off.
Hey! Snape kills Dumbledore!
She said, no, you bitch. No. He was found dead the next day. That last one seemed kind of personal. It's like an individual person walking that he just like, hey, he just said it to him. They're like, what the fuck? But yeah, if you guys are curious why the fuck that was randomly up, it's because I brought up how this occurred forever ago, and coincidentally my brother was like legit. He came home and told me the story about how it happened, and then it was like days later we like coincidentally came across that video, and he's like, I was there, that's it, I was there. And the internet shrunk that day. No, you bitch needs to be a sound command. You know what's crazy is that was nearly 20 years ago. Yo, I wasn't ready to feel something right now, but it's happening. Where has the time gone, chat? What the fuck? Oh God, don't say that. No, you bitch. No. No, you bitch. Shut up. No, it wasn't. Dude, that was almost exactly 20 years ago. That's crazy. Gotcha, bitch. Send that to your brother after. Yeah, I will. He's gonna be like laughing. Because I mean, we saw that back whenever it was posted then. And at first, he's probably gonna be confused on what the hell this low quality video is. Open sound command so I can redeem it. You were 50 back then? Oh, come on. Your guys' concept of time is shit. It's terrible. Dunk's soul is even older than his body. What? You guys are haters. Thanks for the awesome day today, you guys. Veldak, Tito, Waffle. Thank you for the follow, Waffle. I see that, one of the new guys. Even though we were just ranting about random shit, Waffle hitting us with some love, hitting us with a follow. Aswip, thank you for the bits. Tito throwing bits like crazy. Dark Moon, thank you for the sub. Jester as well. I'll see you guys in about 15 hours. We're gonna play some more Noita. I'm gonna go check on my brother, see if how his camping out for the Switch 2 is going. I think he literally just went there a little while ago, so we'll see how it's going. Talk to you guys in 15 hours. Deuces, chat.